Maybe before we begin, we should just do some character introductions and let everyone know who we got playing with us here tonight. So I don't have a prompt here tonight. Just tell us kind of general information, introduce yourselves, and just general introduction to your character. And I don't know. I'll say it's just because he's all the way on the left of my overlay here, but I'll pick on my dad and make him go first. So tell us about Galileo.
Galileo is he's a druid, and he's been adventuring and gaining experience to prove to his family that he made the right choice for his druid specialty, and he's getting kind of anxious now to get back to his family sometime and tell them all about his different adventures and show them that he has gained this much experience. His brothers will be extremely impressed that he got to see a dragon turtle.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's all. I was just thinking, like, Galileo has seen a lot of, I mean, dragon turtles aside, like a lot of things throughout this campaign that would probably be noteworthy. So, but let's move over to Humbled.
Hi, I'm Casey. I'm playing Humbled. Humbled's a bit of he's a matchmaker. And Carter, with my donkey, Oti. Although Oti stayed behind, he's back in town and probably living the good life while I'm down here dealing with all these gods and nonsense. So a bit of a reluctant hero, really just matchmaker, but can't really, go about abandoning folk before we make the match. So all this just to get a reputation, so I can finally make my first match. That's still a little ways out. Currently stuck, in the water node without really anyone to do any matching on. But I hear there's 2 half-elven lasses about, and I've got these 3 to work with, and our friend Jer. So maybe not the best matchmaking materials, but I'll do what I can.
You could kind of do like maybe a preventative, like, this match with Jer if you could get him home. He's really worried. Yeah. So Humbled's never made a match. I don't know if I realized that.
Nope. He was trying to make his first match, and everything just keeps getting in the way.
All right. Very good. Well, let's move over, learn a little bit about Donovan.
Hello, my name's Chris. I'm playing Donovan Lockwood. He is a paladin of St. Cuthbert. He is one of probably the newer arrivals in the town of Hamlet. He was up with the host in Valuna who was fighting Euse, and Ken Turjan brought him down. He had been sent down here to check out things to see if the rumors and stuff were true, and he can confirm, considering he actually saw Euse, and that the dragon turtle was nice, but I think seeing Euse and St. Cuthbert himself is probably, well, I don't think that's probably something that most people can say. So,
yeah, Donovan probably was not expecting that the thing you were confronting up north would be found so far, far away. So, you would.
yes.
Maybe it's like kind of like the divine guidance brought you here to, because the whole thing was that Ayaz was going to use the temple to empower his warlocks to have kind of nonstop flow of spell casting on the battlefield. So it was very important that that plan not go through. And so now we're on the kind of the final leg here preventing Zugat Moy from bringing her followers to her gates to free her, which she seems to be doing maybe more brazenly right now. All right, let's learn. Let's go over to Ed. And who are you playing, Ed?
All right, I'm Ed. I'm playing Teasley Sline. Teasley is a halfling sorcerer. He's touched by the halfling deity Brandaberis, god of adventure and thievery. And so he's really along to see what he can get away with. So all of this sort of leads to one thing to another. And well, I'm hoping I can use me sticky fingers a bit to help out around here. Whether it's helping myself or helping others, I'm all for helping others too.
Can do both things, absolutely.
Right.
So, I think everybody probably has gotten a little taste of how they ended up here. Basically, but just in case it's your first time stopping into the stream, these four sort of came together maybe just by kind of random, kind of. You bumped into each other and were told you got to go to this node. The god Saint Cuthbert, as he was dealing with Ayaz, basically told all of the adventurers in the campaign, as they were dealing with this contingent of evil forces that Ayaz had brought to the temple, that the only way to stop this for good was to destroy the temple and send Zugat Moy back to the Abyss. And the way to do that would be to go to these elemental nodes where she hid the power gems. The power gems need to be assembled with her artifact, the Golden Skull. That's the thing that allows her to remain on the material plane. It's the object that has to be destroyed that'll send her back. And so there are four parties that have gone to the other nodes of fire, earth, and air, and this group is the ones. They're the ones that plunged. They went to a teleportation circle in the temple, and once they did so, plunged into the depths of the water node here. They met this unfortunate fellow by the name of Jer, who maybe, if I'm remembering. This has been a bit since we played this, but if I'm remembering correctly, his story was basically he was maybe the brazen person back in Nulb who mouthed off to the cult and kind of told them to shove off, and he got drug away to the temple and sent here for his insolence. And so, surprisingly, he's a weaver, and surprisingly, with very few survival skills, somehow he has managed to eke out an existence here. You asked him a bit about the node. He was able to kind of give you sort of the general information of the denizens that live here, where they live, and such. And I think the thing that you were most interested in was he told you that there were some half-elves that were relatively friendly. He said they're maybe a little odd and definitely kind of like to keep to themselves, but they would trade goods together, share a meal now and then together, and oftentimes what they would do is send him out on tasks while he was out on his little reed boat, fishing and whatnot. They might have little tasks for him to collect different plant life, different things that they're using as ingredients for their potion making. And what they've told him is that they too are stuck here. They were adventurers of some kind, stuck here, and they're doing their best to try to brew up. It seems that their skill is in alchemy, and they're trying to brew up some kind of a plane shifting formula that might be able to allow them to escape the node. They've been here for some time, so that is why the party went. They took a long rest at his little camp, and I think basically he lent you a boat that you're sailing around on. This very small kind of, it's makeshift, but it's functional. It works. You dealt with a few Sahuagin that were kind of living up over. Was it or Marrow? It was Marrow, I think, that you were maybe. Kind of ripped apart your boat a bit. You managed to kind of fashion and put it back together. You've just taken a short rest, and I would say this is the corner of the zone that Jer kind of told you that those half elves are living at. And I think it's fair to say that in this short rest time, you've noticed over here there's sort of there's an upper, so the depths of this let's just call it's basically a sea in here that's contained within the node, and the depths of that it seems like probably go at least at times maybe 50 feet deep. Like the depths are quite and maybe even deeper in the middle, places that you haven't been. But right here, over here, there's like a shelf that raises up so that it's only covered by water by maybe like 3 feet or so. And you've probably heard maybe some voices, some kind of feminine voices over there. Maybe even like some kind of odd odors, like almost like chemical. Like there's something, it would fit if there's some potion makers over there and they're brewing something up. There's some odors, strange things that you're kind of picking up, originating from over there. So that's where we're going to pick up. And yeah, you're over here on this shelf as you finish up your short rest.
So the underwater breathing thing that you did, Galileo, we still got some time on that. Yeah? Like, we're not gonna, like, run out while we're underwater.
I don't know. How long has it been? I haven't been keeping track.
Been like an hour.
Oh, okay. And that lasts a while. So...
Yeah, was that a 24-hour one, or
24 hours?
Oh, okay. So...
Right, you're going to tell us to get back in the water, aren't you?
Well, there's not really much else to do aside from get in the boat and sort of go where the funny smells is coming from.
Right, in the boat is all right. It's in the water that I'd like to avoid.
I just wanted to make sure that if we do end up in the water, which wasn't the plan last time, but still happened, that we'll be breathing while we're in the water, not drowning while we're in the water.
I think there's an underwater cave over
there. I think I did tell you that last time. I apologize. This actually isn't a cave. It's sort of, I guess, but I think I described it to you as like an underwater cave, and I'm sorry about that. That's not what it is. It's actually a shelf. So it's just like the sea floor kind of rises up like a plateau, and then it's only like 3 feet deep on the shelf.
Right, that's still awfully deep for some of us.
Well, you could. Well, yeah. So, the plan is we head towards the funny smells. If we see women folk what ain't throwing spears and javelins and harpoons at us, Donovan does some talking. Yet. Why yet?
I don't know. I like to prepare for all eventualities.
Hopefully, Donovan can work the charm and keep us from having harpoons thrown at us by the half-elven women yet. I'm
also quite persuasive when I like to be.
No.
Good. You can do all the talking.
Right.
But do we remember what we want, which is the stone and a way out? Everybody's same page?
Well, yes. Did somebody say that the stone was in the treasure hoard of the dragon turtle?
It's more of a postulating.
Yeah.
It's
speculation.
It's more that Teasley just wants to go play with the dragon turtle, and we don't want to let Teasley play with it.
I were guessing that if it's going to be somewhere, it's going to be there because it's the most dangerous place for it.
Well, if we do go there, I do have Pass Without Trace spelled so that all of us can get a bonus to stealth.
No, don't tell Teasley that.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
don't think that either.
You might not need it, but the rest of us probably would.
But we're good with going and talking to the ladies first. Okay.
Yes, I'm all for that.
All right.
And I do plan on being straightforward with them. I mean, I think we should trust but verify. But I'm not necessarily going to trust these two. But I think they need to know. They may know where this stone is. They may know where the gemstone is, and I'm going to be very forthright with them that what we're looking for and what we can offer them.
Hey, that seems fair. When you say trust but verify, you're not talking like dunking chairs and jabbing with needles and things.
No, what I'm saying
Why
is
would your mind go there?
Be ready for anything.
Because I've spent too much time with Thorwald, really, is why his method of interview is a bit...
Uh-huh.
I think they'll be cooperative long as they believe that we can help them get out of this plane.
Right. But we're kind of hoping that they'll help us get out.
Well,
mutual?
Yes.
So
Well, no time like the present.
All into the boat, then?
All into the boat, and Galileo, you're swimming along. It's not super far, so if you leave it up to you whether you want to use your wild shape or not.
I think I'm just going to swim over there and maybe hold on to the edge of the boat.
Yeah, I would say that's probably reasonable right here. So just so the audience is aware, each of these squares on this map are 50 feet. And so we're just, for this session, I know it's a little different than some of the others, but we're just going to be doing like this token thing represents the boat. If we do end up in a combat situation, we'll just theater of the mind. I don't have a deeper grid that we could like zoom into for these things. So you all hop in the boat, Galileo, you splash into the water, and you sail over here, and just throw out those two tokens so you can see the two sisters that you observe. But basically, you come to this outcropping. Out behind this outcropping is where this raised up shelf is, and there's sort of an overpowering smell of like, I don't know, kind of like maybe algae or kind of like maybe rotting like seaweed or vegetation, that kind of thing. And the floor here, where there is like kind of algae and such that's like kind of clinging to the surface of the water in this particular little zone here. And you see over like maybe in the middle of the shelf, there's a suspended, like a cauldron that's hanging from chains from the ceiling. The ceiling probably, it's sort of cavernous in here, and so maybe it's like 15 feet up, and these long chains drag down. These two elven women, half-elven women, are looming over this cauldron, and sort of a magical flame that, it's not like a campfire or anything. It's just like a magical flame that's just kind of like hovering sort of like right under the cauldron, seems to be heating it up, despite the fact that it's just water logged in here. But yeah, something seems to be boiling. One of them is like stirring with a long-handled spoon. The other just seems to be kind of observing, getting kind of bored. Maybe she's got like a dagger in her hands. She's kind of cleaning like her fingernails. They're very clearly kind of dressed in the manner of adventurers. They're both wearing like leather armor. One of them has a ragged traveler's cloak. And one of them has the one that's stirring has sort of a nasty scar covering the left side of her face. So she looks like she's maybe seen some action. And as you're kind of making your way in, one of them, the one that is stirring, kind of points at the lot of you, and she says, "Oi, hey, come over here. Come, taste this. See if you like it. He's maybe pointing like maybe Galileo. They're pointing at Galileo. Hey, come here.
What is it?
Well, we don't know yet. That's why we need you to taste it.
I would not recommend that, Galileo.
Smells funny.
It kind of has like as you get like climbing up onto the shelf. So the smell of kind of like the kind of sewage smell maybe is sort of pervasive, but there's like a unique, distinct smell coming off the steam from that cauldron. It's sort of like almost like a tobacco like scent, like pipe tobacco. The closest thing that are.
On an unrelated note, I'm sure everyone has their little potions of not being spore controlled, right? It just smells a bit musty in here.
I do not, but I'm immune to diseases.
Fair deal.
Yeah, just for
Hello.
clarification, everybody in the campaign has one of those potions of anti-Zuggitmoy mind control spores. It can either grant you immunity. It can either cure someone who is already affected by the mind control spores, or you can drink it, and for 24 hours you'll have advantage on saving throws against that effect.
Donovan, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, let's have Jer move us up to about 40 feet.
Jer's not with us.
Oh, Jer didn't come with us.
No,
okay.
he lent you the boat. It has sort of a, he was hanging back. He's gonna let you kind of handle this.
Okay.
Don't worry, I can paddle.
Capacity.
Yeah. At about 40 feet, keep weapons sheathed and everything. About 40 feet, I'll go ahead and. You said it's about 2 or 3 feet of water here.
Yeah.
I will get out of the boat, and I will say, ladies, I am nice, Casey. Say, ladies, I am Votary Donovan Lockwood, Paladin of St. Cuthbert. We come seeking your aid. Jer sent us.
Oh, Jer. Okay. Oh, you've met Jer. Is he with you? We probably have some more things. Yeah, I think we have got more things that we can have him fetch for us.
He has not come with us.
Well,
there was only so much room in the boat that he has crafted.
Well, maybe you're looking for a job. You're here to help us, you say? We got a list.
Well,
get the list. The one that wasn't stirring is like you see her like kind of run to like the northern like kind of wall of the cavern, and she's like digging around, splash in the water, and at some point you see her like there's this like waterlogged like piece of parchment. It's all wet.
It does happen here. I've noticed.
Have the two of you been here long?
Oh yes, we've been here for a long, long time.
And it is my understanding that you seek a way out.
Yes. Jared told you a lot, did he?
He did.
Well, we haven't quite figured that piece out quite yet, but are you sure you don't want to have a taste? It might be. I think we got it this time.
I do not.
She keeps looking at Galileo like he might be the one.
I think you should try it yourself, and if it's really good, maybe I'll think about it. But
what if it works? Then I'm gone.
Huh?
If it works, then I'm gonna be gone, and maybe it'll spoil or something could go wrong.
Well, there'll be some left.
Could be.
What if I go and you don't know where I went?
I just met you.
Right, it's sort of no sunk cost there.
I'm sorry. I think I'm going to pass on that.
All right. We'll wait till Jared gets back. He doesn't complain as much. He didn't put out much of a fuss at all.
When
I
you
thought you said you needed some other ingredients anyway.
Well, yeah, maybe. I guess
Unless it works.
unless it works.
Oh, but we can't go yet. We got to find a thing.
Oh, okay. What are you looking for?
we seek a gemstone.
You can just tell like both of them kind of stiffen a little bit.
Is it square? Chris is having a hard time remembering. Exactly
Yes, this one is the aquamarine, the square cut. Yep.
Okay. We're looking for a square cut aquamarine.
Have you heard of it?
You can just tell by like kind of the way that they kind of change a little bit, like they kind of stiffen up a little bit. Yes, Well, why are you looking for it?
We have been commissioned by St. Cuthbert himself to find it.
Do you have the other part?
I got lots of parts.
I do not.
That's
No.
too bad.
But we know that.
Describe the part that you're asking about.
Oh, like a head bereft of any flesh, kind of golden like. Lots of place slots to put said gems in.
I look at Humboldt, asking permission to tell them that he has it.
I mean, if they're looking for it, I've got sort of a skull-shaped sack hanging off the side of my hip. So...
My companion has the thing you ask about. If you tell us where this aquamarine is, we will take you with us when we leave.
Let's prove it. Prove that you have it.
Humboldt.
You don't have any of them eyeball fish around, do you?
They were weird.
We have some around here. Sure, you need some?
No, I mean,
Oh.
are they watching? Are there any of them swimming about watching?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Why'd you bring those up? I didn't like them.
It's really hard to say. You don't see any visibly like, but if there was one like kind of hidden right underneath the seaweed and algae, you couldn't be sure. But the two,
Because they really looked at that. They like it.
I mean, we're sort of let the cat out of the bag already. Though before I go digging about in here, I already had to fight a god for this thing, and I didn't like it. So, no more fighting over this thing. And he sort of like reaches down, like grips it pretty good, fingers in the eye socket so it's not going to slip. And
both of their eyes, you just see that they get very wide-eyed and almost like, I don't know, the coloration in their face kind of gets a little pale. And you see that they just hold up a finger. One moment, right, and then they kind of go and they do like kind of a side huddle, and they're talking, kind of away from the group.
you know, I've never actually had anyone else do a side huddle to us before.
That's exactly
Now
what
that
I
it's been done to me, it's a bit annoying.
Makes you nervous, doesn't it?
It does a bit. I think they're about to attack us. It always seems to come out that way.
After, I would say probably a few minutes. Like it seems like, and I don't know. You could make an insight check maybe, as you're watching them talk.
Who?
Anybody, I think that cares to See if they can pick up something on their demeanor.
Yeah, my eyes are not leaving them. No.
Oh, I got something in my eyes.
I would say maybe with the 14, you get the sense that maybe it's kind of like a debate. Like they're having a hard time getting on the same page. Okay, and Galileo with a 23. It seems like the one the one with the scar, the one that was like stirring the cauldron. She's like waving her finger a little bit like emphatic, like she's dug her heels in and she's made a decision. And the other one just kind of throws her hands up in the air and is like kind of with reservation, maybe nodding along. And the two of them come back to you and they say, "All right."
Are we fighting now?
Fighting?
Well, it was just it was maybe postulated.
Um,
One of our friends, every time we went into a huddle, came out swinging. So it's sort of just.
Oh, I know. There's 4 of you and only 2 of us. We wouldn't think of doing such a thing. No, we were actually we're thinking we might actually want to cooperate if that. No, right? Cooperate. We're
Right.
going to cooperate, I think, because we really want to get out of here.
Samesies.
So.
Hey, I bet your toes have been little prunes for ages.
Oh, and then they both kind of like pull their feet out of the water. You can see they're like webbed and finned. Like, it's okay.
Oh, that would make it easier.
I don't know that I've ever seen an elf with its boots off. Are they all like that?
Oh, our father was sea elf, you see.
Oh.
And well, enough about us. We would like to help you, and we do know where the gem is.
Right, the dragon turtle, right?
Would you know anything but that?
Well, it is with one of the dragon turtles.
Oh, that's bad.
Well,
oh, that's good.
No, that's bad.
One of the dragon turtles?
The male, the aggressive one, with him.
That's double bad.
So I'm assuming he's got a big hoard someplace.
Yes.
Of treasure that he holds it in.
Yes. Sort of by design, maybe. Zugatmoy would keep it with such a incredible beast.
Is it very deep under the water?
Well, the cavern to get to it is. And he will most assuredly be there. And she will most assuredly know if you are there. So...
Wait, she? Which one was the she?
Ooh. I mean, you've got the skull, right? You know about Zugatmoy.
Oh,
Okay.
I know about Zugatmoy. Zugatmoy isn't supposed to be here, though.
Well, she's not here, but her eyes are everywhere.
Oh, that's those fish.
Oh, not the fish. Is the dragon turtle got a little sprouty thing come out his head? Is it like in her control, or is there like any chance that we could not have to fight a dragon turtle?
There's a chance you might not have to fight it. Maybe if you could coax out the other dragon turtle.
There's another one?
Well, that would be the female one.
Yes. But she hasn't come out of her cavern in quite some time. A little self-conscious she is. Got kind
We'll
of
just have to charm her.
Self-conscious about...
Well, all sorts of stuff. It's mostly the fin. The fin is a little damaged. And she has a big throne strapped to her back. She doesn't like that.
Throwing
And
strike back. Wow.
I'm going to
Neat.
kill Cuthbert. I'm going to straight up kill a bastard.
Where is her lair located?
and they kind of describe to you, like, if you're going to seek her out, probably their suggestion, or their, you know, they would just follow kind of the outcroppings that kind of run the topmost part of this chamber, and follow them down and around the cave wall, or as long as you see them, down to kind of the middle part of the node, to the like eastern wall, kind of perpendicular with where you popped in, with that, where that sandbank is.
Well, that's like where the frost giants are, right?
Aye, frost giants would be.
Is the male's cavern close by as well? Or is that
Yeah, they would tell you, and this would jive, I think, with what maybe Jared maybe had told you, is that it's basically like directly south of where you're at. Like Jared's camp, the cliff there, or the outcropping where he stayed, was just kind of like maybe, I don't know, maybe 500 feet north of where the submerged cavern is. It's just the dragon turtle doesn't go, it doesn't come this far up. Like, he stays pretty close to where his cave is, and it's a watchful eye on it.
so is the female, is she nice? She's not going to eat us, right?
We didn't say that. I mean,
they didn't.
Well,
but
I just wanted to know if she'd be reasonable.
well, I'd approach with caution, for certainly, but she's if you could prove your worth to her, maybe she would allow you to help.
Do dragon turtles talk?
Oh, sure. They're maybe not as intelligent as, highly intelligent dragons, but they're still, they have language. They are capable of rational thought.
Well, that puts them ahead of some of us.
I never actually talked to a dragon, or
Respect. Respect is key.
Oh, we're in so much trouble. What are there does anyone do any of the frost giants get along with the dragon, or does anyone have a good talk? No. Why would they?
She doesn't come out of her cavern, and so it's pretty easy to avoid her. And everyone knows where the male swims about, and so nobody goes to that quadrant of the node. At least none that return tell about it.
Right, so we'll be first.
So we'll go near the female, and Teasley will go in and talk to her.
Right, okay.
I think that would be bad.
Why?
Well, isn't he the one that with the most charisma?
I'm right charming.
The sisters say.
Well, the two of you.
The sisters just say, you can sort out who will talk to who. We provided you with where she is. If you could get her to leave her cavern, we're probably that would be the distraction you need, maybe to lure the male away. maybe we can do one better for you. We had at one time thought about doing this same plan. So we do have a bit of a salve, some medicine that if you could get close enough to her to apply it, believe it might be able to help heal the fin, or damaged fin. I guess claw.
So is it because she's self-conscious or because she's in pain?
A little of both, although you know, the throne thing is interesting.
Yeah, what is that for?
Couldn't say for sure.
Who's it
But-
sized for?
What was that?
Who's it sized for?
Well, a large creature. So if I had to venture a guess, and based on, we've been here for a
Giant?
bit, and what's that?
Was it
Based for a
sized
giant?
for a
Could be. Our best guess would be that, based on this node's connection, maybe to the true elemental planes, as there is a connection, it may be a Merid. Sometimes will keep a water genie of sorts, would keep such a creature as a pet. And they'll tell you, if you, I don't know, inquire about that piece of it, that there is like a whirlpool in the southeastern part of the node that they believe maybe actually connects up to the elemental plane of water. And there are things that like kind of surface. They don't really know how it works exactly, but it's clear to them that it links up to some other planes, because there's once in a while there are strange things that come in here that aren't just from your method of coming into the.
So, it I don't. This isn't the sort of matchmaking I was thinking I'd be getting into.
if you can do this, you can do anything.
I know, and
Hey, I
I'm
can do
going to
anything.
kill Cuthbert when we get out of here. Just so Godslayer's going on my title. But
It could be justified.
yeah. Is there any? There's not any point to going and talking to the giants and putting this off. We should just go and turtle.
I think so. Have either of you seen this Merid that keeps this dragon turtle as a pet?
Well,
is it around as well?
No, we don't know that. That is our theory of where the throne maybe came from, but didn't come in with a rider. That one kind of wandered in on her own. What's that?
If she never leaves her cave, when did you ever see the throne on her back?
When she first came, when she first arrived.
She was out of the cave then.
Didn't really become bashful until she seemed to have noticed that there was another. Young man, you sure are interrupting me a lot. I'm trying to share something with you about this turtle.
I apologize.
She says, the dragon turtle didn't become super bashful until it noticed the other dragon turtle, and that seemed to be like her trigger for going into seclusion.
Hey, so, do we think we can talk to the? She speaks common Bakalonish?
That I don't know. We haven't tried to talk to it. We only thought about doing this plan. We decided it was probably, but yeah, it's good for you. You could do it.
It seems like the best plan that's going to be available, and that seems to be the way of things. Teasley, Donovan, Galileo. anything?
I think few things could calm an aggressive male dragon turtle, but a female dragon turtle. So I don't think that that's a bad idea to take this on.
I
His
I-
mum, and it'll give him a good talking to.
I don't think that's how that's going to play out.
I don't know.
So into the boat and down around to the east,
I think so. Perhaps we avoid the frost giants. We can just head kind of, I guess it'd be like southeast from here to that middle shoal area where we arrived, and then go over.
Maybe portage a bit.
Yeah.
I thought the female dragon turtle's cave was north, wasn't it?
East.
It's basically in the middle east.
Yeah, it'd be southeast from here.
The two sisters, the one that was kind of fetching something earlier, runs over to like kind of the same spot in the water and reaches down into the algae and pulls out this sort of clamshell, large, like maybe like a 2 feet wide, 2 feet in diameter kind of thing, and like kind of runs over and hands it to you, and she says,
Right. I can't carry that, so somebody else will have to do it.
Oh, here. Wait.
Is this the salve?
Yes, this should just be applied directly to her flipper, and it should do the trick. We're not so great at plane shifting potions, but we are trained alchemists, and so this should be very fast acting. It's going to sting a bit. There's a little bit of that, so maybe prep her for that. Prep yourself for any reaction that she might have to that.
I'm trained in a little bit of medical stuff, so I might apply it.
Dragon turtle.
Well, I have good animal handling and healing.
We should dissuade ourselves from the idea that animal is in any way relatable, because it's a thing that talks and has ideas and thoughts and things, and I don't think animals right. I don't think it's an animal.
No.
Well, it's not humanoid, so
Well, I think if we go in thinking it's an animal, then the whole respect thing is sort of out the window.
I have great
I
respect
agree.
for her.
But I
Intelligent
think
one.
we need to tell her. We need to treat her like a big, scary people.
I will. I have great respect for very intelligent animals.
Right. I wouldn't say that to her though.
No.
One thing
I
also,
think she might take offense at that.
Well, I would treat her as royalty, because I have never seen a creature as great as her.
Well, that's a good start.
Other than Donkey.
Huh?
I said other than Donkey.
Well, Donkey's my friend, but this one is of magnificent.
Right. I do think that's a good way to go.
All right. So, you've got a little bit of information here from the sisters. I guess I can, if you want, to follow their directive, I could lead you that way. Otherwise, I can kind of have you guide me. Where would you like the token to go? But basically, they are suggesting, and I'll move it like just enough. They're kind of suggesting follow these outcroppings around the perimeter, to try to get to the cave.
The outcroppings keep us away from the deep water. The deep water's where the big fella will be.
Hey, but the slimes come out of the outcroppings.
True. But
just
I can
don't
smack
go
the
under
slime.
the
Um,
just don't go under the outcroppings, so that they would drop in the water. Just
There,
hug the shoreline.
there's a
without
ceiling to
going-
this whole place, so if the wandering encounter says a thing drops on you, it's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
I mean, in
Fine.
all reality, it's like it's not like an open air, so like there is a ceiling where things could drop on you from wherever.
I'm reassured.
But you could certainly, you can see a good like 300 feet out. So like if you wanted to like just use them as your landmarks, right, and stay 300 feet away, that's not you.
Yeah, I think as far away from the actual shore as possible, so we don't tick off any of the frost giants. I believe there's in this northern section, so
Yeah.
definitely don't want to do that.
maybe stick to the south side of the outcroppings
Yes.
instead of
Okay.
going between them and the north wall. Go around the south side of them, but stick as close as we can to them.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I can't paddle, so I'm just riding along.
Well, I got the paddle. It's the direction, because all I really see is your box.
Can you tell me? Can one of you? Are you able to move the party token?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to designate? Let's do it that way then. Do you want to designate one of you to be the navigator?
Casey.
I'm just riding along.
Well, I'm just paddling. Somebody else has to steer. Paddle.
Then Galileo's probably gonna wild shape and go solo, so it probably leaves Donovan,
Right, Donovan.
as your
Okay.
navigator there.
All right. We will move to here. Whoop! What just happened?
It looks okay to me.
Something scary happen?
Yeah, I've got a completely black screen, but a bunch of our. There we go.
Maybe you just moved into the wall and something weird happened.
Okay.
But okay, you're good. Basically, from here, it is where like the depths start to go to that like 50 feet down depth. Looks very deep.
Okay. Keeping paddling.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go about 3. Same thing happened again.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I've got some bubbles going, and now it just came back. So I don't know what.
Reloading.
I just nudged you forward. I wonder if it's like the animation and everything is giving you.
Yeah, I just get a black screen that has like 6 different tokens on it. So.
Oh,
Okay.
it's what? It's centering you down to our tokens rather than leaving you up where you are.
Oh,
Gotcha.
That's weird.
I can try to just remove your tokens and see what happens. Is it okay still? Can you see? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'll move it.
Maybe that'll fix
Okay,
it.
and that didn't happen this time. So, okay.
We're learning.
We are learning.
Well, look, if I hold both paddles together, I can do it like a kayak.
So as you're paddling and kind of
How do
coming
you say that?
as you're paddling and coming over to kind of this area of the zone, you're probably starting to feel kind of a chill on the air a bit, and starting to maybe see even like evidence of like large, kind of chunks of ice just floating on the surface of the water, kind of bobbing about.
I should have worn more than just a sneaky black dress.
Oh, that chunk of ice is almost as big as a hamlet. Maybe a berg. No? Okay, fine.
Water's a bit choppy over here, and it's been relatively calm in other places of the node, but yeah, it kind of feels like there's a bit of a wind. And as you continue in this way, you keep traveling.
I'll just move us about 3 at a time.
Sure. Yeah, there you can see on the map a big piece of ice there.
Sure.
I think right here maybe I'll do. Let's just see if anything pops its way up. Nope, nothing right here. We'll say it's been about maybe like 5-10 minutes since you left the hags.
Who?
The what?
They were hags. I thought you guys already
Of course
knew
they
that.
were. Of course they were.
Yeah.
Always hags.
Okay.
They
Looks
knew
like
a lot about Zugamoy.
Father's a
they did.
sea elf indeed.
Uh-huh.
Well, father's seen elves for sure.
All right, here's the shoal where we came in. So
Yeah.
we'll
And
come here.
I think maybe you knew. Did you see giants up here? Or did Jerry
haven't
just
yet.
tell you about them?
Jared
Just
told
told
us
us.
about it.
Jared just
Okay.
told us about him.
You don't see any of them, although you probably see some oversized, like, kind of discarded nets that are, like, torn up or just unusable, and maybe some, like, broken spears and javelins and such. So there is some evidence that they patrol around here, but you don't see them currently.
Okay. Start
Right.
heading this way.
And I would probably point this little piece here out. This is a rocky outcropping that probably rises a good maybe 30 feet at its apex out. Sort of, very kind of cavernous looking outcropping. Whereas like these little pieces here are maybe like 5, 10, 15 feet or so. So this one maybe just strikes you as remarkably large.
Right, if I were gonna hide somewhere and I were a dragon turtle,
I
you'd have
thought
to be somewhere big because they're so big. To hide, you've got to be a big place.
I thought Taisley, are you just expecting to walk up to the dragon turtle and say hello?
Well, I thought I might call out from outside first because if she doesn't come out,
I okay.
So I just Galileo, did you wild shape, and if so, what did you wild shape into?
I did not wild shape. I was holding on to the edge of the boat.
Oh, okay. I would say probably we would need to do some skill checks if you're opting to not wild shape. I think it was okay before when it was just like, it's a quick 300-foot swim. But now that you're out here in the depths, you can tell me which way you want to go.
I think I will just hold on to the boat for now. If I get in trouble, I might wild shape, but I think I'm fine holding on for now.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw. And this is for when you pass through the frigid cold.
Was he always that blue?
Oh,
So I'm going to give you a level of exhaustion.
would I have the option of changing if I started to get too cold?
You can now. And now that you the failure is, you realize, I can't push through this. Would you like to do that?
I would still have the level of exhaustion though.
Yes. I won't.
First level's not too bad though.
There's disadvantage on ability checks right now.
I'll change into a seal.
Okay. Then I'll say you're good for the rest of the trip here, and no problem. You staying towards the surface, or are you like scouting kind of underneath? Like, and if so, like how far down?
I'd be checking out checking out for caves and that.
Okay, give me a perception check while you're. And while you're doing that, thank you to the chat. Thanks for the follow, AM. We Jenner. I don't know. I took a stab at it. Thank you so much for following. Be sure if you like what we're doing, if you ever want to get in a game or something, just join our Discord server. I'll pop the link there. Okay, you got 16 on the perception check. What you see is, so at the depth where you're currently at, yeah, this goes down. You're still in like a 50-foot range, but you can see it's the light struggles, to filter down to the sea floor here. But you can see that there are some very large, maybe 15-foot tall, like creatures, and probably from up your vantage point, it's sort of hard to make out what they are, but they're kind of shadowy, and they just kind of are moving rather slowly, like they have to fight against the resistance of the water. But big claws, big, huge mandibles, sort of almost, it gives you the feel of like the size of like an Umber Hulk, and it has mandibles like one. That's kind of and you see a number of them, like there's like 3 or 4 of them down there just lurking. Doesn't look, they're not aggressively coming towards you or anything. Doesn't even look like they really notice you, but you just see that there's these creatures down.
They for now they're sticking to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I can't really communicate to the others about these creatures. I just kind of go, oh, oh.
Sounds
I can
good.
no longer move the token.
Yeah, I paused it just for a moment
okay.
here to resolve a couple of things that are happening. So Galileo gives a little bit of a kind of an alert to the group. I think he's communicating there's some kind of danger or thing to look out for. So you're all kind of just trying to maybe understand what he's trying to tell you. What are you telling us, boy? When over the ledge over here, you see a winged creature that sort of flying up in the air and descending down upon the group. And what this thing looks like is it's essentially kind of statuesque, almost like a gargoyle, except it's barnacled, and it's like its features are sort of weathered, almost like it's been submerged in water for some time, algae covered. And so it's flying up and it's descending down. And as you see that thing swooping down, I think that's right where we're going to hit initiative. So I probably have to throw your tokens back on here to make this work. I'm not sure. We'll see. And I ready people from the folder.
I know that flying thing's kind of a pressing issue, but I swear he's saying he's been kissed by a rose on a grave.
Nice.
I think I'm just going to have to pull the tokens on here.
And currently, we only see one of these.
Currently, only one. Humboldt. Why do I not have a Humboldt?
I don't know.
Are you able to pull yourself onto the grid?
No.
Here it is. And Okay. It should be on the tracker, so you can go ahead there. I have to make a roll to see how many there.
The one.
Probably gives it away.
One.
Galileo, go ahead and roll initiative there too.
Jeez.
Now we're doing
We're
theater of the
speedy.
mind, but I'm just having the tokens out here just to represent how many are left and how, kind of thing. This thing I would say is maybe 30 feet over your boat, and he's coming down to attack. So we're gonna start things out here with Galileo. So you've just spotted these creatures that are lurking at the sea floor, and as you come up to warn the group, you are looking upwards as you see this coral barnacled statue bearing down on the group.
And Gabe has just awarded us all a reroll.
All right, awesome. So you got 4 rerolls here in the pot.
Now this creature doesn't look anything like the ones that were down at the bottom, does it?
No, it is a medium-sized creature.
As a seal, I don't know what kind of a attack action. I brought up a version of a seal, and it says actions. It says bite, but it doesn't say what damage or stat they would do if I even did that.
1 second.
It's a pretty weak character, actually.
Is. I'll say that the seal does a bite that is a +3 to attack and does 1d4 +1 damage. But the thing is 30 feet in the air, so unless you're like a trick seal and you can leap that high.
I don't think they'd be able to leap that high even if it was a good trick seal, but 30 feet's pretty far out of the water. I will. I'll just try to attract its attention by making a jump. Maybe I'll come 10 feet out of the water or something like that. That's pretty high. That's probably as high as I probably would be able to jump. And dive back down in.
All right.
Make just to attract him.
Gotcha. You're a seal. Let's say you have advantage on a performance check. Make a roll. Yeah, just straight roll here at advantage. All right, not bad. You do a flip. You're definitely drawing its attention. And then we will turn here to Teasley.
Right, well, I'm just gonna throw fire at it.
All right.
12 with the firebolt.
And I had this happen too. I'm pretty sure that will miss, but give me a Arcana check in the meantime. Or did we already do this and you already passed?
I did pass last time, so
Okay.
I know that I
You
can.
already know that.
I can change the element.
Okay. 12 will miss.
Oh, I think I got water in it. That's the first time it's ever missed.
Any, all set?
Yeah, I'm staying in the boat.
All right. Next up is the Gargoyle, who is gonna dive down and try to grab that seal. It was going for the boat, but Galileo in seal form did a pretty good job. So, let's see, are the attacks corrected here? Okay, those appear to be good. So, I'm gonna try to grab you. Gonna actually try to grapple you.
Can he catch up to me? The seal does have a 40 feet swim speed.
Yeah.
So.
Well. Okay, so I got it. We're going to do kind of theater of the mind here, so I'm really going to abstract sort of the distances and such. So you're saying you wanted to do, because you did the performance, so you didn't really dash away or anything like that. So I'm going to say yes, he is going to be able to catch up with you and make an attempt to grab at you. So go ahead and give me either a strength theft. I guess it doesn't matter on the seal. It's really just a straight roll.
Strength.
Roll a d20. There's no bonus on it. I mean, you have a chance. He only rolled an 8, so.
What's that? I only rolled an 8.
I only rolled an 8. Just roll a d20. Well, he got you. So he's got you grappled. He's like on the water right now, but he's got you grappled. And so he's just off the boat. Humbled. It is your turn. I would say he's full arm reach from the boat.
So Humboldt's actually going to, like, if we think he's pole arm reach away, he's not kind of in range of us. So Humboldt's got his staff of striking in his mouth. He's got the oar, and he's going to try and throw all his weight into getting the boat moving towards that big rock, so that if we do get capsized, we don't all go 50 feet down. We have a rock to hang on to. So action's going to be dashing that way. And then once, like, I've used up all my go, I'm going to drop the oar, grab my staff back, and if it comes close, give it a baseball bat. Because my quarterstaff, unfortunately, does not have reach. But
sounds
hopefully
good.
get us towards those rocks.
So kind of a readied action for the attack if he gets close.
Well, no ready. Pole arm master lets me give him a bonk on the way in. Action's going to be just row like heck. So dash action, boat. That way, take as much of the party towards the rock as I can.
Okay.
Stabilize. Hi.
Okay. So then that's the end of your turn?
Yep, actions just get us to the rock.
Donovan, it is your turn.
Are any of them, or is this one within longsword reach?
I would say it is not any longer with the maneuver of the boat over to the rock cropping.
Okay. Then what I will do is ready an action that if any other ones come, within range or whatever, I'll just attack one that I can.
Sounds good. Probably this is all going to come to fruition here. He has 4 more of these things descend down on the boat. So I'll just throw the token kind of over here, and then I'm going to move my 4 tokens to represent they're down on the boat. Let's see. And Galileo will put you over here. This one is you. There we go. All right, so one of them drops down nearby. Humbled, you have
Polar
a
Master
reaction
Monk.
you're going to do, and then Donovan, you also. So go ahead and make those attacks.
All right. Let me double check something real quick. These things are flying and they're stone. Now they have barnacles on them.
Yeah, they appear to be like their core is made of stone, like a gargoyle.
Okay.
Coming with a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
And do 11 points of damage.
All right.
Forgotten how to do this. Okay, here we go.
And
That's how to do it.
That'll hit. Points. Okay. So this one is going to attack Humbled. It has 2 attacks, one with the claw, one with the bite. Flashbacks of being back in the Greater Temple. And the bite. Oops, sorry, ignore that one.
Oh, that should be 2 more points on that. I have dueling.
2 more points, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
liked
sort
when you rolled with advantage better.
Right. So that'll be 7 points of damage.
Got it.
Next one up is this one's going to attack Teasley.
Oh, but I'm so little in the boat.
Mm.
5 points.
I don't like that.
And the bite, 17.
Will hit.
Three points. Next one up. Humbled. Ooh,
Oh my goodness
these
gracious.
guys are honing right in on Humboldt, apparently. 8 points. 15
Will miss.
misses. And the last one will attack Donovan. It's a nat 1. Roll d6. Oh! Okay, where the heck did I put those?
Gotta find the crit cards.
I gotta find the cards. They're buried here somewhere. They're probably on my table.
Forgot he was made of stone and he sinks to the bottom.
I'm kind of hoping for a paralyze or stun. Send him down to the crab people.
You know what? That sounds fine, actually, because I just don't have them here. I kind of forget where they are because the rerolls make the crit fail option doesn't actually pop up all that much anymore. So we're gonna say he kind of just dives at you, and as he does so, the boat just kind of is turning maybe a little bit with Humboldt kind of steering and taking all these crits. It just kind of maneuvers away just enough that the thing dives down and just overshoots the launch down and plunges himself incredible ways down into the depths of the sea. We'll say that his whole next turn basically is coming back up to the surface. So just remind me that number 4 there is burn his turn on that. But we'll go back to the top here. Galileo, you are grappled in seal form by this gargoyle creature. What would you like to do?
I try to disengage.
Okay, what you would need to do would be, it would be an athletics or an acrobatics to escape the grapple. So it's just going to be a straight D20 with the seal. But you manage to get out, and then he's just right over the water, so you slip down into the water again. If you move away from him, he will get an attack of opportunity. Possibly, if he takes it.
Are there any of those shelves or anything around here that I could actually stand on?
Not like immediately. Like probably the closest place that is feasible to stand on would be the sandbar, but that's
300 feet away.
300 feet away.
Oh. I think I'm going to take a chance and swim away from him.
Okay. So he'll make an attack. He'll make an attack with his claw.
Ooh.
12 on a seal, I'm pretty sure.
Aw. Come on, slippery seal.
Yes, it's gonna hit. But you have 1 hit point as a seal yet.
Oh, I read it at that they had 9 hit points. Oh, you got 8.
I did 8.
Yeah. All right. 1 left.
And thank you, chat, for the DM reroll. So you managed to kind of slip away from him. And that's your turn. That would have been your action to slip away, so.
So can I? Was able to move it at all?
Yeah, I mean you can swim a little bit away from the gargoyle.
Oh, the tokens aren't really doing anything for us right now.
Yeah, ignore tokens. It's straight like theater of the map. I put tokens kind of a little bit just to represent where things are, but we're not playing a gridded game right now. It's just a scene.
I'm just gonna say that I kind of swam underneath the boat temporarily right now.
Okay, that sounds good. Kind of trying to get you wanted the attention, and now that you got it, maybe not so much. Next up is Teasley.
All right. Well, the one that just swooped at me, I'm going to try to shocking grasp him. $13.
13 won't get there.
Okay.
You got 4 rerolls if that.
Yeah, I'm not going to use them because my stuff does so little damage. I don't want to use it on rerolls. So Humboldt and Donovan both look well, except that runs in. I'm just gonna duck down, and I will cast a healing word on myself.
Sounds good. Let's see. This gargoyle, Galileo, that you were evading. You see his arms kind of jut out, and you see these like kind of petrified like fins jut out from its arm. Kind of goes into transformer mode and dives into the water and swims right over to where you are. and is again going to try to grapple you. But he's doing poorly on those. Just roll a d20. You got no bonuses. And so you just continue to kind of like, he's like grabbing at you, and you gets a hand on you, but you just slip out and are kind of swimming about him, and he's getting kind of frustrated as he's grabbing at you. Humboldt, it is your turn.
Yay! Angry smacking time. Going for the one that Donovan and I have hit each already. So hopefully develop some sets in there. And there's 4 of them. Not reckless. Straight attack.
Okay, that one will hit.
That one will hit. That is damage. Hang on, I missed a damage. And
All right.
so a total of 18 on that one. The extra +2 was not correct.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. And then backhand. No, sorry. Second normal attack. Forgot to get those now. Cool.
That'll hit.
That's what I like. $10 more. And then I get the bonus action with the back end of the staff. Which I will use a reroll on.
Sounds good.
Which will hit. And that's not right. Hang on. That's the one I want.
All right.
11 more there.
So with that strike, plunge it into its chest. The whole thing just kind of crumbles. Little pieces of rock falling into the water, creating these little ripple effect on the water. And you're left with the 3. It'll be Donovan's turn next. Really, any of the 3 they're all like right on top of the boat at this point.
Okay. I will step over Teasley to try and offer cover for him so that the things attack me and not him. And I will attack a couple times here.
I will use my reaction to huddle under him.
Aww.
There's a crit.
Nice.
And it should be 2 more.
I'm just going to put this on the token right here. So a total of 13, is that correct?
13.
All right.
And then my second attack.
That one will hit.
And I will, not knowing that they can change form and stuff, I will go ahead and bash the thing with my shield and try and knock it prone. It's flying. I'll try and knock it into the water.
Okay.
That is athletics check. Not real good. Even
Mine's worse. So you hit him, and yeah, we'll just say I'll say he's prone, like he's kind of flailing around in the water right now, and so we'll say he's effectively prone right now.
Okay.
Just
And
right
that
on
is
the
it.
surface of the water.
But he doesn't sink like a stone, as you might have hoped.
Right, exactly.
All
that is it.
right. So we'll just give this one a pass to represent the one that is coming back up, bobbing up to the surface. The one that is, prone, rights himself upward, and he's going to try to retaliate against you, Donovan. He's gonna try to grapple you.
Okay. That's what, athletics?
Yeah.
Right.
Or acrobatics. I imagine for you, athletics is what. But
Yeah. Ooh.
there are 3 rerolls if you wanted to use one.
I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Use it.
Use
They
it.
don't buy us more if we don't use them.
Well, that's true.
And Ike's out there. He'll keep feeding
Same
the
thing.
GM.
Roll the 4 again. right.
Okay. It's meant to
So-
be, I guess. Keyboard is dying. Oh god. Look at all those 2s. They don't have that many rerolls. Fuck. All right. All right, 2.
Oh, the 2s.
Just 2. Okay, so it grapples you. It has to use half of its movement to stand up, but nonetheless, it flies you up 30 feet.
Oh my.
So what did I say? I said this thing was like 30 feet, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
hasn't quite like crested over that, but like just straight up over the boat, basically. So if you were to fall or drop, you'd drop into the right now. And then the last one here, Teasley, your
Cover.
your cover just took a flight. So this one will try to attack. All right, claw attack.
Yep.
4 points of damage, and then the bite.
Yep.
At least they're rolling low on the damages, so that's good.
Well, I don't have that many hit points.
That's
so
right.
I'm gonna have to roll high.
So we're back to the top. Galileo, it is your turn. So you're underneath the boat. This thing is having a hard time grabbing hold of you. What would you like to do?
I'm attacking.
Seal attack. What did I say? +3, I think. A 10 is not gonna do it.
And, well, then I'm gonna swim away from him.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna make it. Ooh, an 11? Does an 11 hit a seal? Yes, it does. So you'll take 1 point of this goes to the seal. So you revert to your normal form and take 7 points of damage. All right. Teasley, it is your turn.
All right. I see Donovan 30 feet above me, and he's my cover. So I am going to twin spell and enlarge, and I'm going to enlarge the boat and Donovan. So that it'll be big enough to hold him.
Sounds good.
So he becomes large. It grows as well.
Did you just make the thing that's gonna fall down on my head bigger?
I mean, I made the landing platform bigger too.
All right, so enlarge doubles in size. Its weight is multiplied by 8. Goes from medium to large. Interesting. Weight is multiplied by 8. So,
because he's expanding dimensionally.
I guess so. So we will say, just for the moment, I'm gonna have him do the gargoyle do a strength check at disadvantage to see. He's not gonna be able to carry you any further. It's sort of a matter of like, does he drop you immediately here in this moment? Which I guess, like, I don't know. The gargoyle's gonna try. He's just instinctively doing this, but maybe he'd be fine dropping you. So he's gonna drop you. You will take we'll call it just half of that damage. We'll say it's the landing on the boat isn't the same impact maybe as like hitting a stone floor or something. So you'll take 5 points of damage.
Is that would that be considered bludgeoning? Would my heavy armor master have any effect on that, or falling damage is something?
Sure, we'll say yeah.
Okay.
And then you're just laying prone in the boat right now.
Okay. Shocked.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to replenish a spell slot.
Sounds good. All right. All right, this aquatic gargoyle is continuing the chase on you, Galileo. But now you are out of your aquatic shape. He's gonna stop with the grappling and such. He's just gonna go for it. He's gonna attack you. All right, a 21 to hit. 4 points of damage. And then the bite. I'll use a reroll. That is does a 20 hit?
Yes.
All right, 4 points of damage, piercing damage. And then we go over to Humbled.
Humble's gonna swing at whichever one seems like it needs to be hit most. We're down to 2 in the boat, right? Or 2 near the boat?
Correct. I believe this is the one that's up in the air, and these other 2 that are fresh are still down by the boat.
Okay, we will go reckless then. So we will attack with advantage. The one in front of me. Attack number 1. A 20.
20 hits.
That will do this damage plus this damage. A total of 13. No, wait. Why are you not rolling correctly? Total of 16 there.
Okay.
And then we will do attack number 2 with advantage. 17?
Hits.
Regular damage. 8 points there. And then back end of the staff with advantage. 18?
Mm-hmm.
1d4 plus 4 plus 3, correct. And then 11 there.
All right. This one's looking fairly rough as you just keep striking at it, bits and pieces of it just getting discarded into the water below.
And that is it.
Donovan, it is your turn.
And when you're enlarged, you have an extra D4 on all damage rolls.
Thank you. I will stand up from prone. A little shocked at what is going on, but I will go ahead and strike the one in front of me.
Got it.
Okay, so that's 9 plus a D4.
You just want to hit that same one that Humble just damaged?
Sure. For 4 more. So 13 points on him.
Okay, probably one more good swing will do it. You got it.
Nice.
All right. He goes crumbling into the water as well. That swing.
Okay. And once again, I'll be straddling, or try to give Teasley cover.
Much easier, even easier to do now. That will bring
now that
us.
you're 4 times my size.
Right.
That'll bring us to this gargoyle here. And that is, I think that one had been attacking Teasley, so it's going to attack you now, Donovan, as you step in to kind of be the guardian. So a claw attack is a miss, and then the bite. I think 19 does not do it, does it?
Correct.
Okay. Then we go to this other one that was up in the air. That one's going to come down and it's kind of like it's in flight near your head, Donovan, as it's trying to kind of claw and strike at you.
Okay.
Oh, come just a little closer.
20
Nope.
and a bite. 21?
Nope.
I wasn't even confident on that one. Go back to the top of the order. It's Galileo.
Galileo is attacking this one that keeps damaging him with a guiding bolt.
Okay. It will be at disadvantage in close range to him unless you want to move away.
Hmm. Okay, I will do the disadvantage, I guess.
Okay. That'll hit.
Ooh, nice.
All right, 11 points. Then advantage on the next attack roll on that creature. All right, anything else, Galileo?
No, that would be it then.
I don't think Guiding Bolt triggers a roll, but I'm going to check quick. No. Okay. All right, Teasley, it is your turn.
I am going to keep hiding under Donovan and cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on myself. That helps.
Yeah.
And I'll stay where I am.
All right. This gargoyle near you, Galileo, is gonna lash out. Claw attack is a 21 to hit. 7 points of damage. And does a 15 hit?
No.
All right. Humbled.
Donovan, sorry about this. And I'll kind of give Donovan just a little shove to one side of the boat so that as he steps that way, the boat kind of goes up so he can run to the other end of the boat, jump up, and bonk this gargoyle that's up in the air.
All right. I'm good with that.
How much
Sounds
damage
good.
did I get? Sorry.
You got hit for was it 7
7.
points and just 7 points.
Okay.
And because jumping in the air on a boat feels reckless attacks. Reckless number 1.
All right.
29. That will do this plus this. That did it, right? 19 points there. Attack number 2.
Nice.
Nice.
We're gonna throw a little bit of striking behind that one. So that will do this. That will do this. We'll put 2 points of striking into it, so 4d6s more. Low.
That's all right. That's enough. The bits and pieces, you kind of clip the wing and yank it down, and as it brings it right into this enlarged boat, the whole thing crumbles to bits and pieces at the bottom of your enlarged canoe.
And then as I'm like bonking down there, I'll take the back end of the staff and just kind of like poke up at the other one. So back end attack at advantage on the other fella. 27 will probably hit, and that will do this much of the damage. 13 points there.
All right.
That is all the things.
Donovan.
2 attacks.
Ooh, nice.
And that's 2 more, so that's 21 plus a d4.
2d4.
So 23 on that one.
You should have another d4 because that's damage dice.
Yeah, it was a crit, so.
Oh. True that. So 24.
This one's looking pretty rough.
And then my second attack.
That'll hit.
And a d4.
All
So
right.
that is 10 points altogether.
10 points. Okay. It is still up. And then it will take its turn. It's just gonna go. It's gonna go for you, Donovan. You can just tell it's kind of like it's already kind of like dropping as it's starting to fall to bits and pieces, but it's gonna make this one last attempt. 20 to hit will miss, and then the bite. Oh,
it got
it's probably
me.
the one number it needs, right? Just about.
Yeah.
5 points of damage. And then we're just gonna say this thing bites the dust after that. Like it puts all of its energy into that crit, bites down on you, and then kind of disintegrates.
Okay.
There's one left though, as we turn to Galileo. This still has
Galileo,
this still has the guiding bolt effect on it. Just
so he's gonna cast frostbite on it.
okay. Let's see, con save.
Oh,
All right, he makes that. And thank you, chat. Thanks for the DM reroll.
That.
why? Why?
Right in time for the dragon turtle.
Mm.
All right.
Damage.
No, he made the save, so no damage. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think that would be it then.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give me an Arcana check though while I cast Frostbite.
I cast. I need an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, jeez. Can I do a reroll?
Sure. You could do a reroll. $17. I think 17 is. Yes. So when you cast this, you feel like, it didn't land or didn't connect, but you still manifested the spell. It just, as the frost kind of clinged to the stonework of the gargoyle, it just didn't seem to like kind of penetrate through its defenses and didn't take actual damage. But you felt for a moment like maybe you could have like warped the element of this. Like maybe you could have channeled this into a flame spell or lightning, or you could alter your elemental spells to be a different element if you practiced with it maybe a little bit in this area. It just seems like the node itself has some kind of effect on your spell casting, and you just felt like in that moment you could have you could have turned the dial a little bit and manipulated. So I would say probably make a note of that because that might be a long-term thing that your character might dig into in future sessions. So we'll move to Teasley.
All right. Well, they're underwater, right?
They are.
Well,
I'm gonna guess
I'm
maybe
gonna-
just like 10 feet or so because they were underneath the boat earlier.
And
Not too far down.
And how does the changing the element work? Is it only to water?
No, you feel like you could do that on really any spell that has like a damage type like cold or fire or
I could make it another element.
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try a firebolt, but I want to do electrical damage.
Sounds good.
So I'm throwing this at him.
Mm.
Well, it misses anyway.
But it works. The part about changing it works, and if you feel confident in your ability to do that now.
Nice. It's still got water in it. I can't make it hit. That's it for me.
Right. This one is gonna attack Galileo yet.
I think this guy doesn't like me.
Oh no! I better use my reroll.
Galileo, when you attacked, did you do it with advantage from your guiding bolt?
he didn't attack. It was a saving
Oh
throw.
no! Yeah. So
Oh,
you have advantage.
So mine would have been.
Yep.
I'll just do another one. 14.
Still won't get there, unfortunately.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's my reroll. 18 to hit Galileo.
That hits.
4 points of damage. And then the bite. 23 to hit. 3 points of damage. Humbled, you're up.
Can we reasonably see them? They're 10 feet below the boat, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I were to jump off the boat, this rock that's kind of going down, is it on an angle enough that I could maybe stop myself before I ended up on the floor, or am I going all the way down?
There might be a slight slope, but it's not going to be really enough to get a footing.
Yeah. Humboldt rages impotently as he pulls his shield off and tries to get his crossbow ready, because I don't have anything that can reach there with one hand.
Sounds good. Donovan.
Huh. Okay. I need to bring this thing to me. Bonus action. I am going to cast Compelled Duel.
I had a feeling that was happening. And I failed.
Oh, super fail.
A failed saves creature is drawn to you. It has disadvantage attacks on any creature other than me. All right. And in doing that, I feel that take, and I prepare myself for when he comes. I'll use my reaction to attack him when he gets to me.
All right. Brings us back to the top, Galileo.
I'm going to use my quarterstaff and just attack with
Okay.
that.
All right, that hits. All right. So, not that the attack itself was very strong to begin with, but when you hit it, you just get the sense that even if you did put a little bit more muster in it, this thing seems to be a little bit resistant. Unless it's a magical staff, and I just resistance non-magical.
Well, I didn't cast Shillelagh, otherwise it would have been magical. But,
all right. Anything else, Galileo?
I would like to get away from him, but I get an attack of opportunity, and I don't think that would be good for me. I'm getting down.
Sounds good. So holding the line, Teasley.
Same thing. Try to throw some lightning bolt at it. Not lightning bolt, but lightning bolt. Nope.
Lightning space hyphen boat.
Yeah.
Parentheses.
Miniature lightning bolt.
There is one player reroll if one would want to use it.
Not for a tier 1 firebolt.
Sounds good. Gargoyle's turn. He'll make his 2 attacks here.
Galileo might be floating in the water pretty soon.
Disadvantage because of the compelled duel?
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
think he needs to come at me, right?
Well, I mean, he can attack at disadvantage, right? Or does he have to move?
Does not have to move, I don't think.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm gonna go all in on that then. So he'll miss, and he'll do his bite at disadvantage. Okay, and that'll miss. So he kind of keeps his eyes are drawn up towards the boat while he tries to make these attacks on Galileo. Humboldt, it is your turn.
So Humboldt's been like chewing off his shield. He finally got that off. He's got his crossbow in hand. Leans over and takes a shot into the water. And it is a crossbow, so no disadvantage. Cool. Crossbow, heavy, shoot. Regular shot, normal. 23!
Got him?
Damage, normal. 6. Not magical.
All right. It does some damage. It's just resistance, not immunity, but
And I don't think I can put my zealotness on that one. I will confirm in a moment. But that's one attack. Crossbows have that stupid reload thing, so that is all I can do right now. I will switch back to my staff just in case he comes within thwomping range.
all right. Donovan, it is your turn.
Okay. He was damaged by Humboldt, so my compelled duel is gone.
Sorry.
That's all right. I don't really have anything that can hit him, so I will just prepare if he does come up this way. I'll use my reaction to attack him.
Sounds good. Galileo.
Use a bonus action to cast Shillelagh, so that'll make my staff magical then.
Sounds good.
So I will attack with my quarterstaff then. Oh, that misses.
You want to use the reroll?
How many are left?
There's one.
I'll let Teasley go, and maybe he'll have better use of the reroll.
All right. Teasley.
Not very likely. Lightning bolt, Junior.
Man,
Can't hit anything tonight.
I think that's 3 3s in a row.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
can use the reroll.
I don't think it's worth it because I do so little damage.
He's
Hey, Alec.
gonna hit me.
Alex, I do get to put a little more damage on him from the zealousness. I double checked.
Okay.
So he would take 7 of the radiant.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, if that didn't kill him, my firebolt wasn't gonna.
All right. Gargoyle is going to hack and slash here at Galileo. 18 to hit.
That hits.
You know if you go down where you're sinking, right?
Oh, crab people.
Crab people. 7 points of damage.
I am down.
And you are down.
Am I not floating in the water?
Goes
No?
belly up.
Yeah.
You're not wearing metal armor.
He'll make a second
I am
attack
not.
on you. But
I'm a druid, so I wear
13 will miss, Galileo.
Huh?
Does a 13 hit you? He's gonna.
I'm already down.
I know, but you're not dead yet. Does a 13 hit you?
Miss.
Okay.
13 miss.
So he's just kind of starting to slink. He tried to take a bite at you, but something is drawing you down. As you're sinking, he doesn't quite get you. Humboldt, it is your turn.
You're kidding me. We'll just fuck. Does anyone have any way to get him?
I'll get him.
Okay, you get
kill
him.
that thing.
I'll kill that thing. We'll shoot a crossbow then. And boink, boink. Use a reroll? We'll use a reroll.
All right.
they won't buy us new ones unless we use it. Sticking with that logic. 18. All right, so I will do this amount of damage, not magical,
Nice.
and I will do. Wow, that was good. And then I will do this amount of damage magically. Ah!
Getting there.
Hit crossbows. That's all I got.
All right, Donovan. Oh, and chat just bought everyone a reroll, so you're back up to 4.
Thank you,
Nice.
chat.
Thank you. I don't really have anything. He's what, 10 feet underwater, right?
10 feet at the moment.
I'll do the same thing. I'll just hold my action. If he comes up, I'll attack him.
All right. Galileo. Death saving throw. And I'm gonna say you descend down like half the distance to the floor. So one more round and you'll be down there within crab pincer range. Okay, you got a success. Teasley.
I am going to use a healing word on Galileo. So healing him for 8. And then I'm going to throw my lightning bolt at that guy.
Get him.
Let's see that 3. Oh, I didn't.
You got
That'll
him.
hit.
Electrify him for 8.
Nice.
I just have to see. I don't remember if that is empowered here or not.
Does electricity work against ground types?
It does. There are
Dude's in the water.
there are certain things that are amplified, but I think it's same element as it.
Ooh.
Okay, but yeah, 8 points of damage is a big chunk out of this guy. All right, and probably maybe just a little flavor here is that you're starting to notice maybe that like there's some like algae and such on the stone outcropping here, and there's like little eyes that kind of grow out, little tentacles that are kind of staring at you. Some of those fish with the weird little eyeball on their foreheads or on their faces, just the one eyeball. Some swarms of them are just kind of like not coming in hostile or anything, but just observing, and you're just kind of noticing this all around, like kind of the slimes and the plant life seems to be watching. Gargoyle here goes down after, is going to descend down the 25 or so feet that Galileo sank and try to attack.
Oh.
What was the healing word was 8?
Yep.
Oh!
Oh no, no.
So that brings you to 0. He's going to follow it up with a bite. Does a 16 hit Galileo?
Just miss.
Okay. So he's unconscious. No death saves yet. Humbled, it is your turn.
I thought you said you were bringing him back up. Shoot, like just, shooting down in the water. I don't have a license for spearfishing. Attack normal.
All right, Gabe's yelling at me. 5 more player rerolls. Or, well, four more player rerolls.
Gabe's yelling at you. I will use one of them because I don't think a 14 hits.
All right.
Do better. That's better. I
know
will
that
do.
Are they legitimately doing one by
What?
one? Is that what's happening?
I think they had to buy some individuals because certain people didn't have the $5,000.
Got it. I'll put it back there then.
All right. So non-magical damage. This much. That's not the right button. Non-magical damage. This much. So that much non-magical damage
Okay, 9 points of
piercing damage, and then 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Still up.
Ah! Why are these so hard to reload?
Gotta
That's
be
it
the
for me.
toughest one of the group.
I don't know. Sorry, chat. I have no idea what you're telling me. I put 8 here. You can tell me what the total should be, I guess. Having a hard time keeping up with what's going on there. Okay, sorry. Was that everything, Humboldt?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So 9 standard, 4 magical, and that's it for me.
All right. Apparently, they're telling me it should be 5 total. See if that. I'm sure I've got that. I'm misunderstanding, but I'll put it at 5, and then they can correct me further. All right, Donovan, it is your turn.
All right. I say, Teasley, keep concentrating on having me large. And I pull out a javelin and jump into the water to try and bring Galileo's limp body back up. And I need to strike this thing as I go down. So you can use a javelin as a melee weapon, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to swim, but and it's piercing, so it's not disadvantaged being I'm underwater, right?
Right. Yeah, the javelin should be good.
Nice.
That'll hit.
I am going to put a smite into it. Just a first level spell slot. Because that would be 9 non-magical, and what is the smite? It's 2d8.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, 1 million rerolls. Okay, I gotta update this.
Nice.
Ooh.
Let's see. And 8 radiant.
That's
And
How
enough.
about 24 seconds of being big?
And bonus action, I want to try and grab a hold of Galileo's arm, and I'm using my movement to try and swim up.
Yeah, I think with being enlarged like that, no problem. You reach down, maybe toss him up overboard. The boat also is still large, so you managed to get up there no problem before the enlarger goes away. And I think right there we take like a 5-minute break. And we'll move on. You're pretty close here. We'll probably just move right into the dragon turtle part because you're right near where the little cavern is. And so, thanks everyone for all the rerolls.
Thank you.
Thanks for.
We're gonna get Donovan some orange slices.
Yeah, that's right.
You need to revive me.
Yeah, during the off screen here, it'll probably be a bunch of like healing whatever that you guys need to do. But we'll be right back in like 5-10 minutes here. Hello. Yes, lots of excitement about dragon turtles. We got 2 of them here tonight. We're about to see maybe one of them. Our group just dealt with some strange aquatic gargoyle creatures. I was really hoping they'd go the other way. There's another way that they could have gone, and I could have gotten a white dragon in here. We could have done that, but they did the gargoyle thing, so didn't see that coming. But anyway, here's the way we went. You four, there's been some healing that has happened, patching Galileo up. Galileo was kind of in a bad way there for a bit, but patch yourselves up. No problem. You're kind of just getting there, and it's right here where, based on the descriptions that you got from those hags, I mean those half elves, they pointed you over this way, and yeah, indeed, you can see that there is sort of this little lagoon here, that you're able to navigate the boat in there, no problem. And then once you get in there, you see there's a natural ledge that extends from just above the water, and probably as you're pulling in there, I just got to see like what does your probably yeah you don't see any dragon turtle as you're pulling up and maybe mooring the boat up on the ledge there, but it seems like this is almost like kind of a cavernous, huge, 40 feet tall ceiling overhead, big stalactites from the floor and ceiling kind of poking up, almost gives this whole cavern kind of almost like a maw-like feel, like these things are like teeth. But as you begin to maybe cautiously kind of move in, just takes you a bit moving up kind of the incline of this ledge, and it comes into your view. You see this huge black, almost looks polished, this black shell that has sort of got this checkered, kind of pattern, big spikes pointing up and off of that shell, and the enormous form of this dragon turtle appears to be slumbering as it is laying down. But some of the details, the features that you've been told about in regards to this dragon turtle do seem to be true. Its left flipper claw is definitely like marred and almost looks like it would be unusable in a battle. It's just sort of like almost looks like it got kind of like chewed up or maybe attacked by maybe a competitor dragon turtle or some other beast wherever it came from. And it looks kind of infected. Like it doesn't look great. It looks very painful. Affixed to the top of her shell is this pink coral throne. Very large. Kind of, yeah, a giant could fit in this throne and be probably still pretty comfortable. It looks almost as if it has grown on top of her shell. Like it's almost like fused to the shell. As there's like bits of kind of organic material that have kind of wedged in between that structure and her shell. And maybe that's where I'll leave it right there. That's what you see. She seems to be sleeping. Her eyes are not open.
What one question that I have before we awaken this creature, they like treasure hoards. Do we have stuff on us to offer? Treasure? I've got a couple things, and I've got what is
I
it?
thought we were going to offer healing her flipper.
Sure. If it's not enough, we may want to offer some trinkets that we have. I've got a couple valuables on me, a couple gems and stuff that I'm just throwing out options here. So
if it comes to it, we have a couple of gems, and he'll pull out Fragarax scabbard and just kind of like roll it down. And it's like gem.
if it comes,
Well, that would be a good way to get rid of that evidence.
Yeah.
So, if we need it, otherwise, I was planning on feeding a small country. So, but
Well, I bet she eats about what a small country eats.
I don't think you want to say that.
You know, with that comment, anybody who's proficient in nature, go ahead and make a nature check.
Am I proficient in nature? I am.
I am not.
Oh no.
18.
I would say once the topic of like hunger and like how much this thing eats is broached, you'll notice like evidence that it's malnourished. Maybe like some of the nails of the creature kind of discolored. Definitely kind of seems like a little bit pretty roomy inside the shell. The creature itself is kind of gaunt looking and skin kind of stretched thin over its face.
Oh, she's not been eating particularly well.
She's in the cave too long.
I am. We're going to want to be a few yards away when she wakes up, just in case she's feeling peckish.
I bet she
And
is.
it might actually help a bit if we have something we can sort of lead with to occupy her mouth, other than us. Um. Uh. Huh. It's a shame we left them marrows behind. Any
So
rations? Go ahead.
I'll just put it out there. There's going to be a number of things here. If you can solve them or help her with these things, it'll improve the chances that she will be able to distract the male turtle that you're trying to get away from the cave. So one is her malnourishment, one is the flipper, one is the throne strapped to her back. Just the general, can you coax her from the cavern successfully? And then I would say if there's additional things that you all invent, we will kind of throw them into the pot and make it like a better probability.
Right, so I think I might be able to get the throne off of her. I've got an idea for that. I do have some rations, but they're made for a halfling. They're not going to be very filling.
I no, it'd be more catching something awful big, or a lot of awful big things for her, or um
Look at me.
I can offer my some of my lay on hands for healing. We've got the salve as well, assuming that these half elves didn't give us a poison to give her.
I bet
Well,
you
that
pile
seems
all the
unlikely.
rations in a pile and cast in large on 'em.
oh, does that work?
Well, I could enlarge one.
Well, well, I mean, we don't have to do it all like right now. If she's the talking type, maybe we can go and fetch something for her. I'm sort of not a lot left.
I suppose if we patch her up, she might be able to hunt for food.
Oh, and there were those I mean, them nets were a bit torn up, but there were them giant nets, and I mean the crab people. Oh wait, did you tell us about the crab people? Never mind.
Well, he went down halfway
That's right.
to save me. He might have caught a glimpse of him then.
Yeah, you would have seen them.
We could maybe fish up a crab person or two, assuming they're not
Quite
actually
large.
people. I
They're
mean, if they're
quite
actually,
large.
yeah.
Yeah, we'd
Um,
have to fight him then again.
all right.
Don't think they'd come willingly.
So do we want to just sort of see if we can talk to her?
Let's try that first, maybe. If we can patch up a few of the things, maybe we can buy a little time.
Yeah, I think we'd go with our main things about her, the throne and her flipper and possibly what was the other one, leaving the cave.
Yeah, coaxing her to leave the cave and her malnourishment. I mean, her malnourishment may be. I mean, I don't know if there's anything we can really do about that.
But maybe
Well,
if we patch her up, she'd be able to find something to eat.
Yeah, for Finn's good and that, and she'd be willing to leave the cave. She could find her own food then.
Hey, and if I mean, assuming them crab people are just crabs that look like people, and she were willing to eat them, we could distract a few of them while she ate the other few. So,
Well, they were large, but I don't think they're anywhere near as big as she is. So
but I mean, you gotta eat a couple. I mean, they're
yeah,
like you can't eat just one.
yeah,
Once you pop, you can't stop.
So Teasley,
Aye.
I don't.
Hello?
No. For the
You call out to it.
longing.
You see,
I thought you were telling me to go.
No, it's still talking time. I mean, not talking time yet. It's us. Oh, never mind.
its eyes like just kind of slowly open, and it yawns.
Oh, hello there.
And this is in common?
Yep.
It gargles something back. It almost sounds like it's got like a reservoir of water in the back of its throat as it starts to like says
You're just
something.
as magnificent as I was told.
You can just see it kind of cocks its head, and even though it's a different, just the monstrosity before you, there's like a furrowed brow and like a kind of like cocked head of confusion a bit. And thank you so much for these gifted subs. It's a bad boy. Thank you for the subs.
Maybe a different language.
Well, I don't think she speaks halfling.
Never
Dude's-
know. She's half dragon, half turtle, halfling.
And she's
No.
currently dragging herself forward on the floor towards you.
Well, it's uncomfortable. We could probably help.
Pantomime, maybe? Pantomime. Illusions. Can you do them?
I can do illusions, just like one.
tell her about the healing salve for her Finn.
I'm not. Can you understand me at all?
You see like saliva kind of building up.
Oh.
Right. So, I'm not sure she understands me. And she looks real hungry. So, we might want to find food first.
Well, start with what we got. Maybe try and explain that we got maybe more. I mean, here's what we got.
And what are you doing? You're like throwing some rations and whatnot down on the ground?
Yeah, I got like 10 rations. I'll throw it at her.
Okay, so like your
I have
rations,
9.
your rations are like, you know,
The little bit, minuscule bit, like trying to
Be
like
a little nibble for her.
yeah.
More of this for you. Want to help? Nothing. It's seriously, you can talk to my donkey, but you can't talk to this thing, Galileo.
Well, she's not a thing.
I mean,
You're magnificent, and I'm sure we can reach an accord if you've got a bit of patience. We can help with your flipper. We can help with that big chair on your back. We've got things to offer.
It crawls forward a bit more. like these rations that you drop down on the ground are like laughably small in comparison to this creature who like looks down at them and is like inspecting them, and then like just engages its focus back on all of you.
You want more? Teasley, what are the
He wants to eat us.
I know that, and I'd like to get
Right.
Galileo. Go ahead.
I think my 10 rations are probably bigger than Teasley, so
That's true.
Um, uh, but how?
It's- I brought a gift for you. It's not food, but it's pretty. And I'll pull out the silver lamp that I got from the tomb where we found a vampire and Fraggle Rock.
Okay, let me just look at that quick. Unless, did I tell you evaluation on it?
You didn't know.
Okay, I just want to see, you know, how enticing does this look to this creature? And Albinosaurus Jones just redeemed Wandering Encounter. Of course you did.
Yep.
It's food for
Let
her.
me just bring the other.
Exactly.
The dragon turtle like is just like heard that yawn and it was just. Apparently, it didn't need that much work. No, just kidding. That's not what we're gonna do. Yeah, that was on level 3.
And nobody understood what this creature was saying when it was.
It was sort
Does
of garbling at us.
Anybody speak Draconic?
Hmm.
Actually, we'll say that it was Aquan.
Oh, so close.
Sounds like a.
That has a
no?
primordial root, though, right? Maybe Galileo's picking up pieces.
Yeah. Give me an intelligence check, Galileo.
I believe in you, Galileo.
Okay. The 5-player reroll.
Reroll.
So very small. I would barely even fill your tummy at all. But I could help you find bigger things to eat.
Whoa.
Are you choosing to reroll that, Galileo?
all right. Is this an ability check or saving throw?
This is an ability check. Oh,
Oh, no.
yes. Right. So this would be the disadvantage on the first one. Okay, so the first one was a 13. Do you want to re-roll that?
I thought that's what I was just doing.
You're rolling at disadvantage.
You're at
though, 'cause of your
disadvantage because of
exhaustion.
yeah.
All right, I'll. So you want me to roll at disadvantage again?
At disadvantage on ability check, intelligence.
Yep. 2 more. You can do it. Double crits. Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
So you do understand enough to understand like meaning, but basically what she said was, "Oh, breakfast," and it sounded like I would say with this roll with 18, it seems like she's under the impression that like breakfast has been served, and like there's almost a expectation that food would be delivered to her.
Right.
So
I don't know how to communicate back to her, and
you were
even
all
though
like talking to donkeys and stuff at the beginning of this campaign. What happened?
well, I guess let me see if
She's probably
have-
not a beast, though.
Yeah, that's true. So my feature of speech of beast and leaf would not work on her, I don't think.
Are you attempting something?
Well, I don't think it would work on her because she's not a beast.
I guess you don't know until you give it a shot, though.
Well, all right, I'll
So,
attempt.
if anybody had the ability to maybe pantomime or communicate non-verbally with this thing, I think probably Galileo. You would maybe be the one. So tell me kind of what your intent is.
Well, it says I can communicate with, though not understand beast and plants, and have advantage on charisma checks to influence them. Um,
Yeah. So like everyone else is trying to talk at it, right? And it's clearly not picking up what they're saying. So like I would say that with this ability you have a chance to communicate something to it. Like you're obviously like this is not ideal, but I would say it's it's possible with the rolls and such.
all right. I'm going to try to communicate with her that we would have the ability to uh, help her with her wounded fin, and that if she wanted to, we perhaps could find some food for her to strengthen her as well.
Okay. So give me a persuasion check and I'll say, the advantage from the ability will be counteracted by your exhaustion.
So am I doing this
So straight
normally
roll.
then?
Normally. Yep.
Oops.
You like to re-roll that? This is a critical roll. Not the show, but it's an important roll. I don't want to get sued.
Oh,
So
almost.
As Galileo is trying to communicate with her, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
okay, sounds good. You go invisible. So it moves ahead. You're not sure, Galileo. Like you're gesturing, you're doing whatever you're doing to try to communicate this message, and it moves over to you, and it's going to try.
I'm going to try to move beyond it. My goal is to get on its back.
Okay, let me resolve what she is doing here.
Yep.
Does a 21 hit you, Galileo?
Yes, it does.
So she goes in. Now, granted, this is very slowly does she move ahead, and like maybe the only way that she got over to bite at you is because you were trying to communicate with it and you weren't really sure what it was doing, but then it goes and clamps down on you. 33 points of damage.
I'm down.
And
man.
Galileo is like in the thing's mouth right now, and she's like starting to just kind of graze. Like she just stops moving and is just like.
I will move forward and do 20 points of lay on hands on her fin.
Okay. Let me just grab Teasley quick because Teasley had something they wanted to do. You wanted to climb up and on top of the shell?
Yeah. I want to get within 30 feet of the throne.
Okay. Give me a strength athletics check.
That'll go well.
Nice.
So you climb up there,
Poorly.
and yeah, you're on her back. If she detects that you're up there, she certainly isn't like doing anything to suggest that. She's not like trying to buck you or anything.
Okay. So when I'm within 30 feet of the throne, the invisibility is going to drop as I cast Reduce on the throne.
All right.
To try to break it free.
Give me a little like Arcana check on that.
3.
There are 3 rerolls in the pocket. Would you like to use?
I think that's probably a good idea.
Oh,
Okay.
So
what I'm gonna say is, your spell is taking effect. The problem is that it's like struggling against the resistance of like this other, like the fusion of all this like kind of junk, the sea junk that kind of fused it to her back. So it's gonna take effect eventually, like in a matter of seconds here. It's just like it's like not instantaneous. Like it's
would like to throw Favored of the Gods on that to try to help it out.
okay.
That doesn't I can't see how to do it there. I'm just going to do a roll. So it
Sure.
adds 2d4 to that.
Ooh.
Brings it up to 12. Okay, I'll say that it's gonna make it. It's just like one round,
Okay.
probably, and then it'll snap and collapse.
So
and
then
be
as
reduced.
it's sort of shrinking, I'm going to go up and start pushing on it with all of my halfling 8 strength.
Sounds good. So you do that. Donovan, you're moving up and you're doing a lay on hands on the fin.
Correct. I will do it and then use whatever movement I have left to move back with my hands up to
All right.
basically let it know we're here to help.
Okay. What did I put? Okay. I would say with the 20 points of lay on hands, maybe like you could see like some of the infection kind of recede, but not all. Like it isn't like a complete heal. And she sort of winces a bit as that happens. I'm just going to kind of play this out kind of reactively instead of going into initiative, but she does drop Galileo, but pressing on that, putting your hand on there and releasing the spell stings a bit. And there's like she reacts like she just felt like a sharp pain, and she's going to kind of swivel around and she breathes out the scalding hot steam
Oh no.
in your direction. Give me a Constitution saving throw. And
Okay.
let's have Teasley. So now you're kind of getting bucked a little bit as this movement happens. Why don't you give a dexterity saving?
Okay.
Constitution saving throw, huh?
So Teasley, you managed to kind of hang on to the throne there. Whoa! As you kind of go in a 180 in the other direction. It swivels around.
Oh dear.
reroll.
Yeah, you might want to reroll that one.
You don't have the paladin bonus to saving throws yet? I don't know when that kicks in.
I do not.
All right. This is gonna hurt a bit.
Oh my god.
It's 55 points of fire damage. And then you drop to 0?
Yep.
Okay. As you do that, you can see like maybe it's kind of looking at its fin a little bit and kind of like it's sort of, moving it a bit, almost as if it hasn't really moved it like in quite some time, like it's flexing it and like seeing how it works again. What's Humboldt up to?
So Humboldt just kind of watches that happen. He's like, and he pulls out Fragorak's belt and he just kind of and so that's hanging down. He takes the belt loop itself, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you take a belt and you kind of put it together and pull it apart, it goes pack, and he kind of goes snap, snap to kind of like make a huge like clacking noise to get his attention. And he's like,
Yeah, it all of a
Like-
sudden
like-
it's like it stops, like all movement is just like almost like hypnotized by it.
he's like, you can't understand me, but this is for you, and we're trying to help. On this, and he kind of like, clam shell. This is for your fin, and I'm gonna show you. I know you this. Okay, look this. We're gonna hang this right here. Okay, you look at this. This is going to go on your fin. You're not paying attention.
Just
at
looking at the
all.
scabbard.
This for you. This for you.
Oh,
This for your fin.
it just like goes with its little beak, like kind of grabs the scabbard.
Wait. Hold still. This. Look how pretty and smelly. For fin. No. Teasley, help!
It grabs the scabbard.
Yes, you take that. Yeah. But
Easily,
this,
you manage to push the throne off. It reduces and it goes tumbling down. You can see it like kind of moves around, looks at it.
No.
Oh,
Look this. Okay, you watch this, and I'm gonna take the solve over, and if I can, I'm gonna put like a fingertip on. Boy, I hope this doesn't kill you, Donovan. I'm gonna put something on Donovan as like this is healing stuff.
I'm going to use my very last spell slot and sorcery points to twin spell healing word on Donovan and Galileo.
okay. You do that. So Humble, are you putting the salve on the fin?
So I'm gonna like show the dragon turtle like salve on Donovan, and Donovan starts twitching, and then take the salve over to where the fin. And I'm like,
Okay.
This is gonna hurt so much.
Give me a medicine check just to see like
oh, my
if
specialty.
your application of this salve is like a delicate touch.
Galileo and Donovan both heal 7 points.
I'm gonna say it's not, but we'll try. Normal. That's probably about as good as I'm gonna get.
Okay. I'm gonna say it kind of reactively kind of swings at you, but it's gonna be at disadvantage. It's not enough to like not have it hit, but it's not actively like it's just a reflex.
It's not trying to kill.
Not trying to kill.
17 will miss.
17 misses. Okay, so you managed to do that, and as you see that the salve is quite fast acting, that infection, the pus and everything kind of clears up real quick. The fin itself seems like it's almost like a regenerate spell in that it actually is like building like the deteriorated flesh back. And it starts
what did it do to me?
it doesn't do anything to you.
Oh, okay.
You get some healing word action here from Teasley.
Okay.
Portal specific medicine.
Yeah, it
Fin right out of your head.
not too much. You don't. Yeah, you grow a fin. You mutate. That's what would happen if we were playing DC. So it seems like it's somewhat subdued now. It's just kind of looking at you all. It's got the scabbard in its mouth, and it seems like happy with that. But she just sort of turns around, and it looks like she's moving back into the cave.
Dragon turtle. Miss. Hello. Look back. Hello.
She's
hello.
just totally ignoring you, just very slowly, like moving back at the rear end of the tunnel here.
I'm sitting on her back now.
Don't
Uh,
you want to go out now and get something to eat?
And we did have a wandering monster encounter. I was trying to delay it until we were away from the dragon turtle. So I'm gonna add that into the scene now. So like as you're like back turned, the turtle's moving off into the darkness, and now you still have the challenge of we need to get it out of here. Maybe feed it something, not us. As you're doing that, there's sort of a whirlpool that is sort of collecting in the water behind you. And as that happens, there is a form that kind of comes up through the whirlpool, and it is a very detailed looking water elemental with sort of a feminine form, wielding a trident. The trident is not a physical item; it's just made of the water. So it composes itself and looks like it's going to attack. I would say maybe vaguely elvish features, giving you kind of an impression of maybe those ladies that you talked to. So,
do you think they set us up?
so end combat. Go ahead and I don't know, Casey. At one point, didn't you tell me that I said something about three sisters?
I think you did.
Okay, here's the third sister, the rogue sister, who is like true Zugget Moy to the end. Like she shows up and she heard
Ride or
about
die.
she heard about like what the other two cooked up with you guys. It was like, no, I will go and stop this. So Chris Jones, this is your wandering monster.
You look familiar.
Oh, you.
Hey, so I live here with you now.
All right. So looks like she's gonna go first. I'm gonna say at this point, Galileo, you've stood up. Donovan, you too, from the dragon turtle thing. Like you've dusted yourself off. And then this encounter gets dropped on you. The water elemental is. Let's just make it random. All of this is random. Let's see where. Oh no, it's gonna go for Teasley, who just got bucked from the back of the
I did.
turtle. Or did you
I
go?
was sitting on it.
You were sitting on it. Oh, were you?
Yeah,
Okay, so if you're
I let it take me all the way back.
okay,
there.
so you're kind of out a bit. So I guess I got to put a distance on this. We'll say you're 300 feet away from the group as this
Okay.
starts up. This is very deep cavern. Let's do that again.
Chat says nudge the map.
Nudge the map. Yeah, sorry, we're on the edge here, so I can't do much to help you out. Unfortunately, it's going to be an awkward angle there. There you go. Let's see. Did I just roll? 1. Okay. Galileo, you're the lucky winner. It's going to go up towards you.
Just for your information, I don't taste good. Just ask the turtle.
Water elemental isn't here to eat you. It's here to kill you. And make sure that you don't get the gem. Slam attack. A 15 to hit.
Misses.
This is second one. Ooh, 15 will miss. So that kicks us off. Teasley, it is your go.
All right, I'm gonna pull that silver lamp out of my bag where I had it earlier. I'm gonna cast light on it, and I'm gonna throw it as far as I can toward the water elemental.
Okay.
Hoping that the dragon turtle sees it.
Give me like a, let's just say strength check. How far can you? You're not
Okay.
going for accuracy. All right, thanks, chat, for the DM reroll. Players got 1 reroll. DM has 1 reroll.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good. So I'll say like you chuck it like 200 feet. So you're gonna get like pretty much there.
I don't know if she'll see it, but that was my goal.
Yeah, she sees it. She sees it, and she hears it, and she starts to lurch back. Move
And then I'm gonna drop
that
prone
direction.
on its back
All right.
and just hold on to shell.
Let's see. Oh boy, we'll put Dragon Turtle in the initiative here. Of course, she's moving. We'll say at half speed. She's like going real. Okay. It rolled a 19. You're 18 on the initiative. I'm just going to drop her to 18 and have her share. So that close.
Okay.
We'll have her move. Are you cool with tracking the distance here? So she's gonna move. She's basically gonna move.
We were 300 feet out.
Yeah, she's gonna move 20
Okay.
feet that direction.
Okay.
Humbled.
Looking over at Teasley's new mount, Humboldt is somewhat dismayed. Stick. So stick.
Yeah, Potato Lion just bought everyone a reroll, so we're up to 5 here. Thanks, Jenna.
Percy also bought you one.
Okay, I think I got that one, unless he did it twice.
I only see the one.
And we're gonna go reckless stick, but I am all out of rage, so just reckless. Advantage.
Nice.
Crit. We will drop 3 of my striking onto that one. So that will be this. Plus that. So 38 points of damage
Ow.
for
Do
the
you have
first attack.
a zealotry die on there?
I don't have any advantage. I don't have any
Okay.
rages left, so I'm
That's on. Okay.
Yeah. But then I will roll my second attack with advantage. I will use
We
one
have
of those
5 rerolls.
yeah, use one of those fancy rerolls. That's a more comforting hit. That'll be normal damage. So 10 more there, and then the back end of the stick with advantage. That'll probably hit. And that will do 1d4 plus that one. 9 more there.
All right.
All the things I can do.
1 round. You feel like you pretty much brought it down to I guess water elemental can't be bleeding, but it's sweating. Sure.
Splash, splash,
splashing.
splash.
Donovan, it is your turn.
I will attack twice.
That'll hit.
Nice.
I will put a smite in on it.
Ooh, nice.
So that is 11 points. I'm going to use a 2nd level spell. So that's what, 3d8? Is that correct?
Yes. Ooh.
So 27. Second attack.
Hits.
For 11 more.
All right. Looking really rough. And
Come on, Galileo. Burst damage for the win.
Galileo cast Moonbeam on him.
All right. Becomes its turn right away, so let's resolve that. Con save. Which
Nice.
it will fail, so full damage.
I don't know.
All right. And then it's going to try to hit you, Galileo.
Ooh.
17 to hit.
That's a hit.
14 points.
Aim down.
And it will attack you again. And so 2 fails on the death saving throw. Dragon Turtle moves another 20 feet towards the action. Tally ho.
We're
Teasley, it's your turn.
260 feet away. I can't do anything. I'm gonna pick up another, like a bit of the broken coral or something, cast light on that, and throw it.
Okay. And maybe it's having an effect. It's probably still going after the cup, but who knows?
I don't throw it near as far.
Yeah. Right, Humbled.
Humbled's gonna smack it. Reckless attack advantage.
That's a hit.
26. We'll do normal damage. 9 points of magical damage.
Still up.
Attack number 2. Hit it. 12
You
more points of magical damage.
strike at it, and the form kind of becomes a cyclone in and of itself, and like it just becomes kind of a funnel that arcs back towards the water and seems to get like subsumed back into the sea.
What just happened?
I have
And
no idea.
I think we'll go here quick to Donovan.
I will move to Galileo and give him 1 point of my lay on hands.
All right. So then we will be out of combat here as Galileo becomes back conscious. So the situation.
Out in the ocean. She'll follow it.
Picks up the thing.
Okay. You Yeah. It seems like it keeps moving like slowly in that direction. Probably its slowness is definitely due to the malnutrition of the creature. Where would you, as you continue to kick this thing into the water there, eventually she'll make it there and start to kind of kind of with reservation a bit, like get into the water. But she does so. What's the plan for continuing to like? So it's like we'll say that this is pretty shallow here, right? Like the glowing cup is still there. You can still pick it up relatively easily.
Do we just sort of
Open
stay
water.
ahead of lead her to the crab people?
I think that's a good idea.
I mean,
They said
she
if she
seems
got
like
out in the ocean that the other one would know.
but if we just sort of wiggle around, the crab people were just like right over there, and I mean, with what she did to Donovan, I think she could probably have a decent crab bake.
Right, well that sounds fine. I'm gonna hang on here.
I don't. Oh, you got me in front of her, you bastard.
Oh, Galileo, you look awful. I was going to say, could you be a seal and stay ahead of her? Because I'm a little slow underwater, but you got bits missing.
I could be a crocodile. And how about that? Would that would be a little bit better than the seal.
I really don't know much about water creatures, so I'm gonna leave this one to you.
Humboldt, are you and I going to be in the boat?
I
Is that
think
what's
I think
happening?
I think so.
Okay.
Hey, Teasley, are you sure you want to?
Oh, I
Oh,
don't want to get down or she'll eat me.
you wanted a story, all right. Donovan, you and me in the boat. Galileo, once you turn into whatever you're turning into, take this in your mouth and sort of lead her to the crab people, and we'll sort of try and help her eat some crab people. Hopefully, they're just crabs, big ugly crabs. Oh, the gargoyles, are they food? I mean, they sank quick, but they seemed squishy when we hit them.
No, they would be more of like a construct, like it was a hardened, and
Oh,
a kind of gravelly
I mean,
type of food.
maybe she likes kibble. Who
I'm sure
knows?
she could eat them.
I think she's more of a, crab meat type individual. So
All
Hey,
right. So if I got this right, the plan is to give Galileo the cup, and Galileo in some sort of aquatic animal form. You're the thing that's going down to where those crab things are. Try to get her to go down there and have a little snack. Is that right? And then
I guess
okay, and then Humble, Donovan, and Teasley, you're all gonna be in the boat.
Nope,
hum.
Teasley's staying on its back.
So you're going down under the water?
Yep, but I have water breathing.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I'd rather be in the water than in its gullet.
Sure. So I will say probably. So I think this will work, Galileo. I guess the thing would be, I don't know, what kind of skill check do you want to give me to see if you can coax her and get her to follow? I would say persuasion could be a thing, or performance, or you tell me. What do you want to do here?
I'd rather do. Well, it doesn't matter. Either one would be about the same. But
I would even
I
entertain like a survival. Trying to
survival
like
would be better. But let me do survival.
sure. You're you're guiding, trying not to get too far ahead, trying to get her you're trying to keep the attention on you, not maybe distractions that she might see. Okay, 18 sounds pretty good. So
Can I assist with that by casting prestidigitation to put the smell of crab in front of her?
sure.
Just
Galileo's
over and
got
over
it.
again.
Galileo's got it with what he did, but we throw a little something on there. So I will say this, Teasley, if you're going down there, you're going to see how many of these things there are.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be, you yourself might be in danger as she starts to go at them. Like they're Umber Hulk sized creatures. Um,
Yeah, I think when those get into view, I'm gonna let go and let myself float up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they're probably going to attack her themselves. Like as you're swimming up, as you disengage and swim up, you start to see these things start to kind of swarm her and attack her. We're not gonna play it out, obviously, but she's gonna do fine. She's gonna kind of get her snack, but she's gonna withdraw as a number of these things kind of cling to her, and she's gonna kind of bat them away. But you could just see like kind of a vibrance to her as she like emerges back up to the surface. Um, and it's probably about this moment she kind of lets out kind of a roar of vitality of being fed, and that echoes and reverberates throughout the chamber. And as you're all kind of there, maybe pushing your boat ahead, maybe thinking about recalibrating Galileo, to your new destination. Doesn't even need to get that far as the other dragon turtle, the male, like comes like just swimming and bounding over. And the two of them lock eyes, and you can see them kind of doing this like mating dance, courtship, and they start dancing and kind of swimming symmetrically with one another, start chasing one another through the node. And
made the match.
the match has been made.
I'm going to kill Cuthbert. I just flat out going to kill a bastard.
Right. I don't know how long they're gonna go at it, so maybe we should go get that gem.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, paddle like hell.
Yes. So I'll kind of move your tokens over.
Galileo's got a permanent grin on his face with all those crocodile teeth.
And we're in the ocean, so you're a saltwater crocodile. Those things are beasts.
Right over here. No longer is Mawakar there. So there is a cavern here that you'll be able to moor the. It actually goes like the channel is underground. You all will have to get out of the boat and dive down and then come up to get into this cavern. But no problem. Sorry, we'll just fast track this because there isn't much more challenge you with now that you've dealt with that. And so you poke your head up above the water, which reveals a damp cavern. The floor is covered with water, and there's a swirling purple mist in the air. Opposite you, there's sort of a glowing, shimmering, massive purple cyst, a crystalline kind of thing in the wall. And within it, you can see what appears to be a dwarf, plate armor, has maybe a little medallion around his neck with an emblem of not Saint Cuthbert, but Moradin. And he's kind of like frozen in this cyst, and his hand is held outward, and he's holding in his hand the aquamarine square cut gemstone that you have been looking for, the power gem. Kind of a look of horror on his face.
That's disheartening.
I think we should use the potions before we try to take it.
That seems an idea. What's the purple mist? I'm not
It's
good at
probably all
magic.
spores.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay, you drink the elixir that should ward you against Zuggitmoy's spores.
And I'll take my bandana and put it over my nose and my mouth anyway. Just sort of double up.
All right.
The dwarf and his hand are inside the gem, like you, or his hand is outside the gem.
His hand is outside the cyst. Like you could literally go up and grab the gem. But that's the only part of him that like it looks like he's got like a nice piece of plate armor, weapons. He was an adventurer type. Probably there's some magical items in there. Those things are encased in the cyst, and you'd have to like chisel him out if you wanted to like get access to that stuff. But the gemstone itself is in his gloved hand, outside of that.
Well, my vote's take that and go. There's no challenge in stealing from him. He's all locked up in there.
What about Jer?
Well, we've got to go back up there, right?
Hey, we got to go back to the ladies with the potion. So I mean, we get the doodad, we get the gem.
And then we sail out of here.
Did he just blink? Does this dwarf look alive, dead?
I mean, it looks like have no idea how long he's been in this condition. Like, he looks preserved, I would say that. Like, but there's no indication of life other than he's not deteriorated.
I don't feel great about leaving that dwarf in there, but I don't have any idea how to get him out.
Dane could use the armor, Percy says. Dane, you have to be alive to use armor.
Well, Dane and that dwarf will be in the same place eventually.
So,
Um,
is there an entire treasure hoard here then?
Yeah. Sorry. There is certainly more than you can carry right now. So, there's gold, there's platinum, there's coinage here that you could definitely scoop up. Give me 1 second. I can tell you what else is kind of littering floor here.
Well, one thing that I would look at doing, I guess, I mean, I would bring it up to everybody. I would say that I can actually determine what in here is magical.
oh, I do that.
I don't think we should stay any longer than we need to, because we're tapped out.
That's
I-
fine. You guys do what you're gonna do, and while you're doing that, I'll go do a
Well-
quick perusal of what's magical.
But if you could see if that purple, I don't like that mist. If you could see if that's magical first.
Sure. With the Oath of the Watchers, my last first level spell slot is Detect Magic, so I will cast that. So,
I'll say it does not detect as magic for that spell. Things that do light up would be the dwarf's armor. Let me tell you what's. I don't know. I'll just tell you what's in the cyst first, even though you can't really access it, but I'll tell you anyway. So his armor, obviously the power gem, and there is he's holding strapped to his back is a battle axe that also is glowing. Within the chamber, there is a shield. Through all the coinage and everything, there is a suit of plate armor that you'll see there's like a gauntlet, like it's buried in the gold and such. But you see a gauntlet sticking out, and that's glowing. And you kind of tug on it, you can see there's a full suit of plate mail there. And there's a there are some bracers, very ornate looking, kind of have some metallic kind of emblem kind of stitched into the leather that are glowing. And that's it.
okay.
And the bracers are on the dwarf as well?
No, the bracers you could just grab them. They're just...
Yeah, I'll let everybody know about the armor, the obviously the gemstone and the battle axe. I will grab the shield, the bracers, and the suit of armor and drag that over.
So you will have to move into the purple mist to do so.
Oh.
So all right, what I'm thinking is everybody deep breath. Everybody has a thing. We run, we grab, we run back, and well, I'm gonna say pray to Farlong, and you can say it to whoever you like.
The crocodile can hold his breath for 15 minutes.
Okay, show off. I don't know what you just said, but you look awful smug.
I can hold my breath for like 13 rounds.
All right, so Teasley, do you want the gem or the bracers?
I just want to get it and get out.
All right, so you go for the gem. I'll go for the plate. Donovan, you go for the shield. Grab the shield and the bracers. We'll let the crocodile stay a crocodile. Aye?
Sounds good.
Right. On the count of go. Go!
All right. Did anybody other than Humboldt take the potion?
Yes.
Oh no.
Beasley's got it. How about Donovan?
Yes.
Okay. Galileo, you are the alligator, so you're gonna use your hold breath. You're not even going in there, right? Like you're staying put. You can't grab anything.
Into the twist,
He
you know, I
So-
wasn't
wasn't
going
given
to-
an assignment.
Wasn't given an assignment. Okay, so this sounds good. So here's what happens. Everybody, give me You were smart to take the potion. So at advantage, give me a Constitution saving throw. Except Galileo, you don't have to.
Oh,
I will throw a reroll.
ooh.
Higher number. Thank you.
All right. Does anyone else want to throw in a reroll?
I'm fine.
I
You-
don't- my
You
my
got
odds are
3
not good.
rerolls and the session's about to end, so
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm suggesting you may want to.
All right. Well, we'll give it a try, but I'm afraid I'm going to do worse.
yeah.
Oh
So-
no!
I
So-
didn't do worse though.
Okay, it's okay if you do worse because it's the same result, right? But you made it. Donovan, however,
Ooh, paladin thing, immune to thingy things.
I'm immune to disease.
I remember that saving someone at some point.
It might save you. You're okay. Still not a bad idea that took that because there are things that she could do that are not non-disease related, and the potion will affect those. So still not bad. So you got that for 24 hours. So it's
I'm also going to hold my breath as I run over and get the
Okay. and you're going for the gemstone.
Yep.
So you run over there and you grab the gemstone, and there's like sort of a pop in the room as that happens. Humboldt, you went and grabbed the suit of armor.
Yep.
So you got a hand on it, and that's coming with you. Donovan, you went and grabbed the shield. That's coming with you. Alligator is coming with you too, because you're all warped from this room.
Oh,
It's plate armor of warping.
To
Oh, no.
a new chamber.
Come on, not fire node.
Oh no, we left Jer.
No, Jer!
You find
maybe we
yourselves
can go back.
in a huge echoing hall that is constructed of polished black stones, which give back odd reflections of your light. The most striking features here are the 4 symbols on the floor of the chamber that represent the 4 elemental symbols of the cults. And there is a
Been-
very tall. You've never been here before.
it looks-
You are inside Zugget Moy's prison, and you can see her ahead of you. Standing in front of her are 2 helmed creatures composed of plate mail, swords at hand, and there's just sort of this aura of crimson that seems to animate and possess the 2 of them. and they're coming down the hall. They're coming towards you. And that's where we end the session. And the next one is the last one. And the next one's going to have to involve everyone. Everyone from all of the campaigns. And I'll get that put together, but we're gonna have an insane session just to finish it out. It might be like terrible from a gameplay perspective, but we'll have a big blowout for the Temple of Elemental Evil right here. So if you haven't joined the Discord server, pop in there.
Awesome.
So you can have the details of how to participate. I gotta set a date. I probably need to make sure that these 4 can be a part of it, and then it'll kind of be a type of situation. We'll make it public. We'll make it hopefully enough time in advance that people can make arrangements to be here at some point. You don't have to be here probably watching the stream the entire time, but there'll be some way for you to jump in and be a part of it if you're one of the. Well, it was 16 to start, but I think we added some players. So it might be 18 players that ended up going into the 4 nodes. So we'll figure that out. Yeah. So all of the gemstones have been found, but there's going to be the pressure here to get maybe the skull put together and destroyed before you have to fight the demon. So, thanks for everyone for hanging out with us. It was a little bit longer of a weeknight stream, so thanks to the players here for hanging out, letting us get through this. Let me just pop up the schedule here for the rest of the week. We got tomorrow night, we got Dragonlance Rise of the Magistrate with DM Dave starting at 7 p.m. Spooky Game Night, Tragic Sides to Every Story. Joe T will be back this Thursday at 7:30 for that. And then this Sunday, special game, special opportunity here for the channel. We're going to be running, Casey will be running Original Adventures Reincarnated number 7, a preview of the Secrets of the Sphinx, just one of the stretch goals for the Goodman Games Kickstarter for the Dark Tower. So really excited about that and looking forward to getting started with all of that. So that's what we got for the week. Let's see if we got someone we can go and pass a raid to. And yeah, let's go and pop a raid over to EDHA Adventures and see how they're doing. Thanks everyone, we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Good night. Thanks, Alex.